Promo code THRIVE to save $50.
Get ready to crank it up. Oktoberfest is taking over Orlando Harley-Davidson October 16th through the 19th. 4 days of nonstop action, daily entertainment, live music, and kicking it off with a free hog roast. You can cool off at the Bikini Bike Wash, vendors throughout the parking lot, and roll into the largest new and pre-owned inventory in the state of Florida. The music's loud, the food is hot, the drinks are cold, and the throttle is wide open. Get all the details at OrlandoHarley.com. We'll see you at Hogtoberfest 2025, October 16th through the 19th, right off I-4. We're ready. Are you?
Chill out and enjoy lakeside dining and some really great drinks at Puddle Jumpers on beautiful Lake Dora and Tavares. On Friday, September the 26th, join the Monsters in the Morning at Puddle Jumpers for some big dumb fun and celebrate Puddle Jumpers' 10th anniversary with a live lakeside broadcast from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then stick around for lunch with the Monsters in the Morning and get your weekend started right. Celebrate 10 years of amazing sunsets, great burgers, steaks, seafood, and Puddle Jumpers with the Monsters in the Morning live. It's a broadcast Friday, September 26th. Then stick around for lunch with the Monsters in the Morning.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Being a parent is tougher than ever these days. That's why, just in time for back to school, Safe Touch Security is offering the ultimate deal on the ultimate security package. Hey, parents need all the help we can get, right? And getting a free video doorbell from Safe Touch is just the beginning. That's right. This top-of-the-line security...
What's happening, early birds? Yo, welcome to this News Junkie for a Thursday live streamer. It's gonna be weird doing secret shows on a Thursday tonight, and then next week right back to a weird day. We don't even know which one yet, but next week right back to weird day. What's up, CNJ Forge, Crazy Drunk Cat Lady, AJ Soup, Lee Road, Leslie, Big Digits? What's happening? Charles, D-Rod. Got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the broadcast to commence. And I don't know anything about the headline here on the name of the broadcast about this Area 51 thing. I will be learning along with the rest of you because I don't get a whole ton of news in the morning. D-Rod, nicely done. Been seeing the meme a lot. I'm doing good. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady. Aaron, what's up? Been seeing a lot of the meme about when autism was discovered versus when Tylenol was invented. That's I haven't even done the fact checking, but it is pretty funny if true. Big if true. What happened to YouTube yesterday? So you see YouTube chat and the other chat. Yeah, I can see YouTube and Twitch at the same time. If Facebook were turned on, I could see Facebook. It's the service that handles the streaming on multiple platforms also combines all the. Yeah, it's the same thing you see during breaks. That's what I get to see, but all the time, and it's faster. It's in real time. All right, friends, it's happening. I'm going to have to turn you over to the station so we could get this party started. I don't want to get too excited or else it won't be dull mic. It's got to be dull to be dull mic. Anyways, Godspeed. Enjoy the show. And I love you.
Podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended.
It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, September 25th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from an attack on Area 51 to an angry squirrel is terrorizing a California town. And is James Comey going to get indicted or what? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina. Hello, C-Lane.
How we doing?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good.
Very good.
Yes, very good.
Peachy, how are you?
Yeah, hanging in there. Here we are. We're so close to the weekend. Lots of stuff happening in the world. Yeah. Busy time around here. We thank you all for hanging out with us. I've gathered for the day all of the viral things. I have gathered them.
Good.
I've brought them
Holding
over as
them
per usual.
in your hand, in your stack right now?
I am coddling them and petting them as we get to them one by one on the show today and explore all things happening in the world. But we start off, as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to, well, an email that was coming in from not only Shane, but about 3 or 4 other people over the last couple of days here to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. They sent along what I thought was a pretty great little moment. And I wanted to share it to start off. I'm sure some of you, a lot of you probably have seen this as it's gone fairly mega viral. But there was a heart attack at a comedy show, a stand-up.
Oh,
did you guys see
yes,
this?
I did see it.
Yeah.
Dude is up there on the stage, and he's like, well, just flew in. Boy, are my arms tired. And some guy's like, and he starts having a heart attack.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that comedian has a stutter.
No.
Shtick.
No. This is the guy having the heart attack that I'm talking about in the venue, and here's how it went down.
Oh, hey, everything okay?
No.
Oh, no. Is there a medic in the house at all?
Somebody's screaming out, I'm calling 911 right now. We have already. The comedian's just stopped on stage. Brick wall dropped behind him. He's waiting there and he's looking around and everybody's kind of like helping out this person who's had a heart attack in the middle of a comedy show. CPR started. No pulse. I think I found a pulse.
Thanks, guys. Some room, guys.
They're bringing him back.
The music is pretty...
You guys get so distracted by the music every time. Just ignore the music, please.
Whoa, dude.
It's behind the clip,
Pump
okay?
the brakes, buddy.
Okay, can we have a nice moment together without some nonsense? My God. Ignore the music, okay? The paramedics have arrived. They are on the scene. And this guy has been saved. Ruined it for me.
Here comes that music again.
He addresses the audience. I'll just fast forward a little bit, so it's just ruining everything here. Let's go over to this. He talks about what just happened and how everybody came together in this pretty awesome moment.
If I could just take a second here, just guys, with you real quick, because, that was incredible, dude. I know we're here making jokes and doing a bunch of just about, the town, but you guys all really just came together in a really cool way, dude. You saved that guy's life, man.
You saved that guy's life, man, he says to the audience. Some dude almost died at his comedy show, nearly killed.
I think it would be weird and hard to go from that emotional moment to going back to telling jokes.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he has the crowd on his side. So he at
Very
least has
true.
that going for him.
But what if he has
I
a
just,
very off-color joke that he had planned on already?
Well, you got to skip that. You can't go to that next. Aggravate on YouTube says Sean's a little dicky today. You know what? Like I cannot stand all this stuff. I cannot stand all this stuff. I just try to bring something nice to start the show off with. And constantly we have like the distractions just all the time. Some of you can't get past a little like sob music in the background of something. It's like, just focus for a second of your, have we lost all ability to retain attention on anything? Is that where we are? I'm not angry. I'm just trying to get through a show. And here we are 7 minutes into this one. And this is the point we're at right now.
Oh,
This is
didn't
the
have
point
to get
you're
to
at
that
right
point.
now.
Yeah.
This is the point I'm at right now. Well, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you guys to carry some food over to Jack Bradshaw's desk on a tray later, and then I'm going to kick you in the legs on the entire journey over to Jack Bradshaw's desk. And then when you spill all of the food all over the place, it'll be like, oh my God, what are you so angry about? This is what we'll recreate. We'll do that a little bit later on today at some point.
Well, anyway, I sent you the opposite of the video we just watched, in case you care to see how Kevin Nealon reacted to the same thing, because he did his, and instead of getting all emotional and crying about everybody doing a good job, dude went right back into the joke he was telling, like almost immediately.
Is there
Okay,
any
guys,
music in the background? Because God forbid. Let's see. Here he goes.
Come over to your house and you brought out a platter of warm homemade chocolate chip cookies,
You might have
which I would
to, are you able to
expect.
fast forward?
No, I can't.
Oh.
It's an Instagram video, so they've made it very, very sweet, but unfast forwardable.
You can do it on a phone, right? Can you fast
You
forward to an Instagram?
I think you
That's
can.
weird.
Yeah. Is it very long?
Yeah, it gets through the whole thing, and they reintroduce him, and he goes, so anyway, fresh baked cookies. A big fan, and it just like makes no allusion or any like reference to the fact that they just had to carry somebody out of there on a stretcher.
All right. Well,
Killed
there
it.
he was. Different circumstances, different comedy shows. I thought it was sweet. A nice way for people to come together. People can still do good things despite all the troubles that we have in this world of ours. And we can hear from you and your take on anything we have for you today on the show. This or anything else, send an email, tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put it on top of the email. All right, still watching what's happening with this ICE shooter over in Dallas, Texas. It's kind of interesting to me that you see over and over and over again, especially even this morning, I was kind of surprised that the Today Show was talking about, we still don't know, motive unclear. We still don't know. The motive is very, very, very unclear.
They didn't
And
read the bullets?
if only we can figure out why this happened, which is like, it seems like a new thing where after a shooting, when you get a bunch of information coming in, it's like, well, we still don't know. We're not 100% sure.
They don't want to get kimmeled.
Maybe not. Here's the Today Show talking
And
about
while
this.
President Trump and members of his administration are tying this attack to what they call rhetoric on the left against ICE and law enforcement, investigators on the ground here say that the shooter's motive remains unclear.
Multiple people shot.
There are many questions this morning about what led to a deadly shooting at an ICE field office in Dallas. Authorities say the gunman fired multiple rounds at the facility from a nearby rooftop Wednesday morning.
Crazy that this was from a rooftop again. We keep getting the rooftop situations.
And does he not have like a big footprint online? Like no one's found out much about this shooter?
A bit. There's been some things, but and I don't know why this happens, but Facebook tends to delete the profiles pretty quickly. Like I'm sure that they save them for like investigations and stuff. You know, obviously they don't just completely delete it so you can't ever see it again, but they take them offline pretty fast. And that happened with like the whole family, with the mom and the sister and all sorts of people. But this guy went up on this rooftop, shot at the ICE place yesterday, and still there's all these things that say, well, you know, the motive of the shooter is unclear. And I think sometimes it seems like if you want to believe thing A, and there's like one iota, one shred of evidence for thing A, you're like, well, obviously it's thing A. It's obviously it's thing A. I got my one shred of evidence. Obviously it's thing A. if you want to believe thing B and there's 800 pieces of evidence for that, then you might believe that immediately. But if it's opposite of what you want to believe, the information that's coming out, a lot of people just don't know how to handle that, I think. And the media just is like, well, we can't figure it out. We don't know what the motive of the shooter is. And they keep doing that with this ICE story.
It's getting a second opinion from another doctor.
Sometimes you want like a 40th opinion.
Yeah.
I remember it used to be like the shooter might say, well, they'll know my motive by the thing that I target. So whatever I target, whoever I shoot, if I shoot Charlie Kirk, it'll be pretty clear that my target is Charlie Kirk. Here's what I'm going for. Here's what my motivation is. And then that's not enough. So it's like, well, if they don't know from my target, they'll find my social media footprint. And from there, it'll be clear what my motive was. And I was like, well, if they don't find my motive from my target or from my social media footprint, they'll find my manifesto. And
I was thinking that too. Or
then they'll run with that and they'll say, like, here was the motivation behind this. Now it's like, well, you got the target, you've got the social media footprint, you've got the manifesto, which sometimes we see, sometimes we don't. Then we've got like markings on the bullets, and it's like, it's just never enough. It's not enough for like some people who don't want to hear what the answer might be. That's what it feels like to me.
But wouldn't you think, though, with shooters that want to, copycat or leave this earth on a notorious note would leave more breadcrumbs? Like, do you think that's really the mindset? Which is hard to determine, obviously, but with these recent shootings, that no one knows who they are or why they did that. You didn't really go out on
I think what you're saying is where many people go in the wake of a shooting like this. They're like, well, why wasn't there more? But a lot of times there is. A lot of times there is more, and it just, for some people, doesn't matter as much. Like the FBI says this morning, they said, we've been working 24/7 to seize devices, exploit data, and process the writings obtained on location and in the subject's person, residence, bedroom. The FBI is committed to providing timely updates as promised. New info coming in. The perpetrator in the Dallas ICE shooting downloaded a document called Dallas County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, containing a list of DHS facilities. Just so you know, like, ICE facilities don't have signs, obviously, on the outside. It's not like, welcome to ICE. They don't want to, for various reasons, they don't want to show you where they are. Then they said
There's no gift shop?
There's not. Then they said he conducted multiple searches of ballistics and searched for Charlie Kirk shot video between 9:23 and 9:24. Between 8:19 and 8:24, he searched apps that track the presence of ICE agents. He used some of those apps that you hear about that, like, you can do the sightings of wherever the ICE agents are. He left behind many handwritten notes. One of them said, quote, hopefully this will give ICE agents real terror to think, is there a sniper with AP rounds on that roof? I don't know. I'm starting to begin to think that there might be some sort of motive here. Like, it's starting to be fairly clear to me what's going on here. They said further accumulated evidence to this point indicates a high degree of pre-attack planning, which, obvious. I think very, very few people would try to do something like this just on a whim or whatever. I think most people who do this, like, plan it out and try to map out where they're going and probably tour the places beforehand and do all of that stuff. But if you don't want to hear the answer, like, if you don't want the answer to be that this guy was targeting ICE, 8,000 layers of evidence can pile up. And you're just like, well, I don't know if we're clear about what's happening just yet. Although none of this probably matters.
Why is that?
Because there's a hurricane approaching.
There's a hurricane approaching. Wow.
I got to tell you, I'm enthralled by the weather coverage right now.
Because it's true, right? Or the battle already happened?
This is visual, but I just want the people on the stream to see what's going on. I'll describe it for everybody else. They keep talking about the two storms we have off the coast of the United States right now and what will happen to them. And it's so cartoonish. They're like, the two storms will spin around, become megastorm, and then hang out with each other for a little while, and then mix into super duper storm, and then split again. And it's just, it looks like a little kid came up with the meteorology forecast for what's happened with this storm. But I guess it's real. It's the Fujiwara effect. And I
had heard something differently. I thought that the stronger of the two would kind of essentially consume the other one. Because
that's what they have happening, but then they have it spitting it back out.
Great. I don't know what to believe.
Well, this is from WESH 2, if you believe them. They said that the two storms are spinning next to each other. One of them will be a hurricane at least. Then when they're off the East Coast, the two storms will like hang out next to each other, then mix into a bigger storm. And then potentially they could split out and repel each other. And either way, still forecast, because I've seen some of the tracking on this, to stay off the coast. But I don't know if they're coming this close. They're coming pretty close off the coast of Florida. There could be some impact from this storm. Also, it's looking like it could go up into Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Worth keeping an eye on, to say the least. Knock on wood. Nothing has happened to us so far in the hurricane season, and I hope that that doesn't change with this super duper mega storm, but we shall see how it all goes. All right, when we come back, we'll get into what happened at Area 51. There's some crazy stuff going down there. We'll get into somebody's trying to revive their career, and I just don't think it's going to work, but we'll see how that goes down. All of that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Traffic slowing down due to an accident on State Road 408 westbound before Goldenrod Road. 2 left lanes are blocked there. You're going to run into some slowdowns on I-4 getting through the city. There's congestion on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. There's some slowdowns there on the Turnpike northbound just past that. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Brown.
Good morning, everyone.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance.
Welcome to the show.
Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for?
You are currently behind the scenes with what I call Skull Mike. But
I keep saying that hurricane season is here.
We'll see.
The right
I may not talk to you today.
You could be in an uncomfortable situation. But if 2 storms combine together and hit, that
Losing my mind a little bit.
Without power for a couple of days, you want to be prepared.
Hello?
For the weather.
Nothing. What's going on with you?
And you don't want to be sitting around your mind.
Well, I'm losing my mind because I'm irritated. But I'll be fine. No, I don't want to talk it out. But thank you. How are you doing? Okay. Where are you going? Okay, be safe out there. Godspeed. Today's angry, Mike. Hi, Grumpy. I can tell you that there is nothing more frustrating than when you're not grumpy and you try to present something and then your legs are cut out from underneath you as you're trying to present the thing, and then when you express frustration at that, then you're told about how angry you are. Really kind of frustrating. Have a Celsius? Maybe. You need to talk about it? What am I going to talk about? What is there to say? It is Secret Shows Day. I'm excited for Secret Shows tonight. You sound a bit under the weather. I'm not under the weather at all. No. I mean, I have allergies in the mornings, which is why I do the nose sprays, but no, I'm fine. Because you're coming across angry? Sure. I think you're maybe misunderstanding the genesis of the feelings, right? Which is why I said it's like a waiter coming to your table, you toss out a foot, you trip the waiter and they fall on the ground and they get up and they're like, hey, what gives? And you're like, whoa, buddy, little aggro. What's going on with you?
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar. Hey, what's everyone drinking?
Feel free to start secret shows late tonight. Aim for 8 to 8:30. I don't know. I think we're just on regular time, which is kind of foreign to me now because there's been a bunch of vacations and scheduling conflicts and stuff. But I think we're just normal-ish times today. Shane has big feelings that aren't valid. Who's Shane? Are you taking diet pills? If I was, I'd be slimming faster than this, I think. Wasson, have you heard the AI remake of 50 Cent's Many Men? It's a 60s version. It's insane. I have not. I mean, I've seen all the AI music stuff, so I feel like I know what's gonna happen. Sounds like you need a hug? Yes. Or just good help. Question for you, chat. Let's get past this. Let's move this. Let's sweep it out the way. Let's get past it. Let's move on. All right? We can all move on and get on to the next thing here. Okay? Can he make a comeback? All right, I'm going to tell you the person's name who's attempting a comeback right now, and you tell me if that person will be able to make a comeback, yes or no, okay? All right? I'm going to tell you the person's name who's about to make a comeback, and you say yes or no, your gut, on whether or not this person can make a comeback. And that person who's attempting to make a comeback right now, his name is Michael Richards. Michael Richards, a.k.a. Kramer, after nearly 20 years, is trying to make a comeback. He's going on a comedy tour. You might remember a little moment that went viral on TMZ 20 years ago almost, where he yelled the N-word a whole bunch of times when he was just melting down on stage. And he's now attempting to make a comeback and planning out a whole tour all these years later. Yeah, I think he can do it. Let him come back, yes. He can, but never to the same level. BDMP, let's dice that up. He can, but never to the same level? What level are we talking about? Well, not Seinfeld level, right? But his comedy level wasn't really high at that point. In fact, saying the N-word at some people in the audience, I'm assuming it was a black person, really was the height of his comedy career, attention-wise. I think that ship has sailed. All right, we'll see. We're going to talk about what he's doing. That's coming up next here. Back in just a few seconds.
Is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hey, this is Matt Jones. I'm Drew Franklin. And this is NFL Cover Zero. We're just here to try to give you an NFL perspective a little bit different.
Did you see the Colts pretzel? That was my other big takeaway from that game.
What was that? Oh, my. We think NFL coverage should be informative and entertaining. And twice a week, that is exactly what you're going to get. Open up your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Cover Zero with Matt Jones and Drew Franklin, and listen now.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
Join the show. Give me your thoughts. Send an email to tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. After all these years, a big comeback is underway. And this person says, I'm hitting the road. I'm taking my name back and I'm doing this thing. And
last time you said this, it was Matt Lauer.
Yes,
which we thought, don't know if Matt Lauer's going to be able to make that comeback, but
you were right about that so far.
We haven't seen what he did. He just announced a comeback.
Yeah, he hasn't actually done much more than ride his motorcycle around town. That's kind of the only thing I've seen him in with photographs. But he said he wanted to make a comeback, and everybody kind of agreed. No, I don't know that this guy's going to be able to do it. Maybe he could do a podcast or something. He has his audience was mostly women, I think, or majority women, I would say, Matt Lauer. And he's probably pissed off a lot of women beyond the point of being able to reclaim the audience that you lost.
When your audience is mostly women and your victims are all women,
that's a problem.
You don't have much audience to fall back on.
Didn't do the math beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Our next star, who's trying to reclaim his name and his life and his career, his problem is not women. Well, I take that back. His problem is definitely some women, but it's not women in general. This person, after 20 years, says it's time the spotlight come back on me. Enough hating. Let's do this. My name is Michael Richards from Seinfeld, a.k.a. Kramer, and I am touring California with my comedy show after 20 years. Mm-hmm. The question I ask you is, and somebody said in chat before this, because I was priming them over there, somebody said, he can come back, but not to the point he was at before. And I'm like, what, Seinfeld? The point he was at before? Of course, he can't go back to that, but his comedy career wasn't big.
Nobody that was in Seinfeld can go back to Seinfeld, really.
No,
I mean, even they have the one-off or two reunion on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and that's about it.
But Michael Richards, correct me if I'm wrong on this, his comedy career wasn't exactly explosive before he said the N-word on that TMZ video 20 years ago.
I don't think so. I feel like if he was filling up the house, it was because you get to go see Kramer in the flesh.
Yes.
Now, my question is, and I assume everyone knows the story as to why his comedy career stopped, but he went on a rampage.
He went on a rant. He said the N-word many times, as I recall.
Was it in response to a heckler?
There was somebody heckling him in the in the stands, or in the what do you call it? Balcony area, I guess, of this venue he was at.
Yeah, Richards launched into a rant using racist epithets and remarks in response to repeated heckling and interruptions from a small group of Black and Hispanic audience members.
And I don't think there was anything that brought him from 1 to 2 to 3. I think he just noticed that the heckler was Black and was like, "Look, he's an N-word. Look, he's an N." He starts screaming this stuff out at the guy. And then that came out on TMZ, and it was mega cancel, hit the button, nuke his career. And I think he did an apology tour. But
no,
he did
it was
that
bad.
super
awkward appearance via satellite on Letterman when Jerry Seinfeld was the guest. Jerry Seinfeld was being interviewed by Letterman, and they had this whole plan to bring on Michael Richards.
You're right.
Via satellite, and he started apologizing, and it was so awkward that the audience thought it was supposed to be funny, or maybe they were just so uncomfortable that they were laughing.
That's so weird.
And Jerry Seinfeld had to tell them it's not funny, stop laughing.
Yes.
And that was even more awkward.
Yeah, I remember this. And can you believe that was almost 20 years ago?
No.
That's crazy to me. God almighty, that moment can almost drink.
November 17th, 2006.
Yeah, so back in 2006, Michael Richards, for you young folks, went mega racist. It was an indefensible outburst, and it was bad in every way.
And someone got it all on
Yes,
camera.
and it was captured all on somebody's camera there and posted on TMZ. Everybody saw it. And then he just went into the shadows for 20 years.
Listen to the words he used in his apology on Letterman. He said, "I'm not doing too good. I lost my temper on stage. I was at a comedy club trying to do my act, and I got heckled, and I took it badly and went into a rage and said some pretty nasty things to some Afro-Americans." No wonder they started laughing.
Did he write this out?
He said Afro-Americans.
That's one way to put it. All right.
In ears, you know what the problem is? Read that again. Can you read that again for me, Selim?
I'm not doing too good. I lost my temper on stage.
All right, pause. Lost my temper, number one. The problem was never, not in the moment or any other thing, that you lost your temper. I lose my temper from time to time on this show. As you heard in the first segment, I get frustrated with things. That was not the problem. The problem was not that he lost his temper. Keep going.
I was at a comedy club trying to do my act, and I got heckled. And I took it badly and went into a rage. And
a rage. That, again, not your problem. That wasn't nobody would have been real upset if it was just like Kramer started yelling at people. The problem was the Afro-American thing. That was the problem. Yeah.
Said some pretty nasty things to some Afro-Americans.
Well, I'm very curious to see what the new tour is going to be like.
Oh, God. To our black listeners, I want to apologize for a moment on behalf of all cringe white people who can never figure out what to call you. It's so weird. It always brings me back to like the news coverage of the riots in France where they were like, these African Americans are taking to the streets, burning cars in Paris tonight. And you're like, do you know what any of these words mean? Are you scared of saying black people, black men, black women, black Americans, for God's sake? I apologize for all the cringe people who say things like that.
I thought the problem was that they probably weren't Americans. They were African French.
Well, and I'm saying, generally speaking, he says, in this case, he goes Afro-Americans because he can't just say to the black patrons in the crowd or to the people who I was screaming at who are black. He's like, how do I properly Afro? It's like your grandma talking about black people where you're always like, please.
Don't say that anymore, Grandma.
But Grandma, don't say color. No, please hit the brakes. That's the part. So the question is, do we think Michael Richards from Seinfeld can mount a comedy comeback, even though I will suggest that this was the height of his comedy career? Nobody really cared about it before him.
I don't think he can, but I would love to see him try.
That's a no from her dog. C-Lane, what about you?
I don't know, man. The problem is I don't legitimately know if Michael Richards was funny as a stand-up because the only thing anybody knows about his stand-up career is its abrupt, controversial ending.
You think people are going to request it like Freebird now? Do the thing, man. He goes out and it's all white supremacists in the audience.
No, I was going to say, do you think any black people go to his shows?
I do.
Like sit right up front with their arms folded like, what you got, Kramer?
Say it.
I want to buy the whole front row for black people to go to Michael Richards' first show on his tour. And I just want you to just look up at him with a little twinkle in your eye and just keep him on edge. This is like, who was the person who bought out the front row?
50 Cent, Ja Rule's concert.
Yeah. It was like that sort of move with this guy.
The thing about the Michael Richards situation is, and I think I've said this before, but he had some people heckling him, and he picked the worst words he could say to them. Which is like, if a white person was doing that, you don't have a really worst word you could say to another white person. And you might just want to offend that person because that is the person that is pissing you off, but you can't. You can't because it offends everybody.
Yeah, it was a very, very dumb move, and it's cost him dearly. And I am a person who always wants a path to redemption for people. If people do something bad and then they say, look, I made a mistake here. I've learned from this and I'm going to move on.
And I really hope the Afro-Americans will forgive me.
And then maybe the Afro-Americans will show up at Kramer's show. I think that's good. I don't know, though, if there's just enough interest in this guy's comedy in general. But maybe he could. Tell us if you think he can mount a comeback 20 years after Michael Richards' rant over in California, wherever he was when that happened.
Man, I have so many questions now because I'm trying to compare it to other comedians who have had a setback. And in my head, I can think of Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Right? So Louis C.K., his problem, very different than Kramer's.
Yep.
But was able to come back and even address the things that happened in a bit.
And did well.
Which got laughs and was very funny.
It sold out shows, too.
I wonder, like...
He didn't have to wait 20 years.
No. I haven't seen that comedian who does all the voices, who had the full.
Pablo Francisco?
He's still out there somewhere.
Is he doing tours?
Doing his voices. I don't know if he's touring.
I mean, America usually gives people a comeback chance. Look at some of the worst offenders out there. I remember seeing that photo, I'll never forget it, of Rihanna's face and thinking, well, that's it. Chris Brown's done. He won't tour anymore. He won't release music. It won't be on the radio. It won't but Americans love to bring you up, smash you back down to earth, and then maybe bring you back up a little bit again.
And smash again.
And probably back down. Yeah, probably back down at the end of the day. I really think that that there's probably a chance for almost anybody except for Matt Lauer. He's going to struggle the most with all of this. All right, we want to see what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. And you can also email tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I wanted to get into this Area 51 issue. There was shots fired at this base, Area 51 in Nevada, that everybody always talks about. And we'll find out what was happening, who was the person that fired these shots, what was this attack, and who was the suspect. We'll get into all those details as we roll on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Have you ever been come on to by someone really older than you?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've
42.
I've never done that. I've never like hooked up with somebody like considerably older than me. That's my wife's job. All right, 407-916-1041.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Thursday, Brevard County. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting hot temperatures. Plan for highs to reach the upper 80s and low 90s. It's going to be one of the hotter days of the week. And we'll also be seeing some scattered showers and storms, more of the same, about a 50 to 60% chance of rain at most. But the good news is, as we head into next week, we start to see slightly lower chances of rain.
Hello. Still like activated.
Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
So I think people are kind of in agreement that Michael Richards deserves some sort of shot at redemption, but we don't know if he has the skill set to redeem himself. If you are immensely talented, you can do it. Louis C.K. has done it because he's very talented, very funny, very, very good at stand-up. Probably has the right politics too, that doesn't hurt. You can rebuild. Chris Brown, I mean, I'm not a Chris Brown fan, but Chris Brown is a very talented guy. Singer, dancer, performer extraordinaire. You can beat the hell out of Rihanna and come back. But Michael Richards just kind of like busted into a door as Kramer, and I don't know if that's going to work.
Solar Source can help you with utility bills, and they can help you lower those bills. Solar Source is an awesome company. I love working with them. SolarSource.com/sponsor. You'll save even more money when you let them know you know Russ Rollins. SolarSource.com/sponsor.
I always say alcohol brings out the true person. Interesting. That is actually, Tanya, a very, very deep question. A very layered question. Because let's say somebody gets absolutely hammered and says some offensive stuff or makes a fool out of them. Is that what they really feel and what they really want to say all the time? And because of the alcohol, they said it? Or is it like a Tourette's type thing? Or, I don't know. I don't connect with that because when I get drunk, thank the Lord above. Thank the spaghetti monster below, and anything in between. When I get drunk, I just get happy, just giggling, chilling, no anger. Good to go.
Go to Life Imaging FLA. It's free. It's a heart scan. All you gotta do is pick up your cell phone, dial #250.
I can't believe I used to go to Sam Kinison shows back in the 80s and the shit he used to say about gays. I noticed on the third time he was in Orlando, a lot of protesters started booing him in the show. I mean, it was the 80s, bro. It was a different time. People were literally scared to catch AIDS everywhere. People were like thinking that just walking by a gay, you could get AIDS. Just knock you over. Like a blast of AIDS fell off somebody. It was a huge, huge thing.
Pick up your cell phone, dial #250, say the words free heart scan, received a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
3 minutes and we're coming back. We'll talk about the attack on Area 51 next.
FLA, tell him Rush Rollins and the Monster sent you.
Mando says, was he blasted when he said that 20 years ago? I don't know if he drinks or if he was drunk when Kramer said that, a.k.a. Michael Richards. But I think there might be some potential that he was just like really angry and frustrated and felt like he was trapped and like things were going wrong. I've been in similar situations, not really like on a stand-up stage or anything, but if you're performing and you feel like things aren't going your way, or you know something is happening that you don't want to be happening, that can be a frustration. Abraham Dragon Friend, a hell of a guy, and a solid chap in chat, says Morgan Wallen said the N-word, and doesn't he have songs in the top 10 list right now? Yes, also talented. Also, he just said like my N-word, which I'm sorry, but I'm going to differentiate from Kramer talk. He was just like, oh, what's up, my... You know, I'm not going to say it necessarily, but it was like a lot of white people pearl-clutching. I feel like I'm a fun drunk, even though I don't really get drunk. I stop at tipsy. That's how you know you're not a drunk. The idea, Tanya, that you can hit the brakes at tipsy is a very, very impressive thing. Wallen was on a ring cam? Yes, he was. There was video of that. As I recall, it happened something like the neighbors across the street or something were irritated because they kept partying too late and there was a bunch of drama and stuff. And the neighbors across the street's doorbell camera recorded Morgan Wallen doing it. And the person was like, you want to party and annoy me and take up all the parking spaces in the neighborhood? Guess what, bitch? Here's what I'm going to do. And they took the footage and on we go. I'm just saying, if you're talented and people will move past you saying it, should I test my talent level right now? That's probably a bad idea. All right, let's see. We're getting ready for this Area 51 story. No actual news stories on this? What kind of world are we living in? All right, folks, we'll come back in 30 seconds. Here we go.
Future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Thanks to you, thousands of teachers now have the tools they need to thrive, and their students do too.
I get up every single morning, and I can't wait to see their smiling faces coming through my door.
iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, building brighter futures one classroom at a time.
As a teacher, I'm really trying to help them come to school every day and put their foot in the right direction of life.
And we're just getting started. Help keep the momentum going and nominate a teacher who's made a difference in your life at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
little tip from me to you. You can always get the podcast. It's over on the website, and you can listen to the whole show whenever you want. It's posted right after the show ends on each day. Maybe like 30 minutes afterwards, the podcast is posted. And it's available. Get all the links on iHeartRadio or thenewsjunkie.com. Area 51 it is a mysterious Air Force base or place where they keep alien spacecrafts, or
no. I've seen the documentary. There is an alien spacecraft and an alien that they thought was not alive but came to life.
That's right.
I did see that documentary as well.
Alien Autopsy was one of those things too. It's a wild place where people Naruto run, and they go out there, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. Area 51 seems kind of like a fun place, honestly. But now, shots fired at Area 51. They said a gunman blasts the heavily fortified main gate to the military site. Unknown suspect opened fire at the main entrance of Nellis Air Force Base and was behaving erratically. There's something about Area 51 that just like brings in the strange folks.
Yeah.
The people who would do this.
Isn't there like signs up that if you go past a certain point trying to get to it, that you'll be shot at?
There must be. Yeah, because people try all the time.
Someone's definitely going to come up to you in a police uniform of some sort to stop you.
Well, what was the viral thing? Wasn't it like they can't arrest us all?
Or they can't. Maybe they can't shoot us all.
They can't shoot us all.
They're going to clap some alien butt cheeks.
That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah. The problem is they can shoot you all. They. I know that you think they can't, but they can shoot you all, and they probably will. Security officers then challenged the suspect before he pointed the weapon at them, according to Las Vegas police. The alleged gunman was shot in the leg and taken to a hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. So they don't know exactly what happened, but this guy went up to the gate and just started blasting on Area 51. And because it's Area 51, it becomes an issue. It says initial reports indicate the civilian was behaving erratically and initiated contact with multiple shots from a firearm. Air Force security forces and the police responded to the incident, and so far the investigation is ongoing right now. We don't know what's happening over there. They ain't going to tell us anything about this. This guy could have been on to something. He might have figured it out.
Maybe he was an alien.
Could have been an alien himself. Who knows? And his alien relatives were still there, and he wanted to bust back in and free. You never know. You don't know what's going on at these things. We just know that Area 51 was shot up by some man who is a little bit crazy. So we'll keep an eye on it and see if we learn anything more about this particular guy. Okay, a couple of things that we need to get to real quick. One that had my blood boiling more than anything so far today. And I read this and I was like, this is rage bait. This is content designed to make me angry, and it's working. It's rage bait. There's a story out today where they emailed the Live Nation Ticketmaster boss, and the guy was saying that concert tickets are actually too cheap. They're underpriced.
Oh, please.
It's kind of funny to me because people say that they're too expensive, but they're not expensive enough, actually, says the CEO of Live Nation, Michael Rapino.
Did you hear his comparison or his example?
He was talking about sports tickets.
Yeah.
Compared to the price of like a concert ticket, which doesn't make any sense because people also complain about sports tickets being too expensive.
Well,
from what I hear.
He was comparing one event to what I assume is season tickets. Because he was saying...
Do you have the quote?
Yeah, let me find it. Michael Rapino. He was saying something about like spending $71,000 on tickets to the Nets, which I can only assume is not one Nets game.
Yeah.
Well, also, don't we all agree that $71,000 tickets to a basketball game is crazy? He doesn't
even
agree?
For season tickets, it seems crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That seems like a lot of extra cash that someone as rich as the CEO of Ticketmaster could spend. But the fact that he made the comment on the record is also baffling.
Well, technically, he's right. And here's why. He's worth $1 billion. So none of this matters. To him, the CEO of Live Nation, Ticketmaster, he's got $1 billion. So he's like, these are quite underpriced, actually.
So the quote that has been pushed out a lot about this, his full quote, music has been underappreciated, especially compared to sports. In sports, I joke it's like a badge of honor to spend $70,000 for a Knicks courtside.
Oh my God!
Please,
they beat me up if we charge $800 for Beyonce. Because we have a lot of runway left, so when you read about the ticket prices going up, the average concert price is still $72.
Shut up. No, it's not. And the only way you can have the honor of $71,000 in a season pass is because of all the money you are sucking out of the civilian's wallet.
Okay. Not to mention the fact that don't we think he probably gets all the tickets for free anyways? He's the ticket guy.
Yeah, he probably just prints them, right?
Yeah, he's the ticket CEO. They probably just lavish him with all of the tickets anyways. This guy should not be talking about the cost of tickets unless he's saying the opposite of what he's saying right now.
Exactly.
Says,
my God.
Try going to a Laker game for that, which he was referring to the $72, and there's 80 of them. The concert is underpriced and has been for a long time.
You're delusional.
Buddy, read the room.
Now I'm all hyped up.
Insane man.
Hey, look, you're talking to people who will pay money for good experiences. Even the mentioned things, Beyonce, Sabrina went to see Beyonce multiple times and has paid money for premium, like nice seats and stuff.
And I'm swimming in debt because of it. But that was also a concert I went to 5 years ago and paid $600 less for better seats.
Yes, and you also know full well that everybody, even though they probably had a great time, still thinks that was still expensive. You know, it's like leaving Disney World and going like, you know what? That was actually underpriced. Everything should be more
reasonable.
Expensive. It's like, no. This is ridiculous.
Okay, he's got to be talking season tickets for this $70,000 because I'm looking at StubHub right now, and I could get court. I don't know if we would call this courtside. I don't know if it's their floor seats, but the closest seats I can get are $3,000.
Yeah. That's a bit under what he was talking about here. He says we have a lot of runway left. So when you read about ticket prices going up, the average concert price is still $72. Try going to a Laker game for that. There's 80 of them. It's underpriced and it has been for a long time. Why do that interview? That's just really dumb. Go out there and say, look, we think that there are some things that are a bit pricier these days. But guess what? The market determines what tickets will go for. And if people overprice their tickets, they won't sell them and we'll have to bring them back down. But people have a really big appetite for paying a lot of money for premium experience to these concerts these days. Why am I not the CEO? So much easier.
Shame on the interviewer for not
pushing back a little bit.
No, just pushing into it some more. Or hey, are you sure that that's what you want out there? Because that's a very ridiculous thing to say.
Yeah. Should we double check this quote before we publish this? It's a whole thing. But we'll see what you have to say about this. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's work in one real quick. Here's Disco Ain't Dead talking about Michael Richards we brought about. Can he make his comeback career work?
Hey there, Sean, C-Lane, Sabrina.
Yo.
Hey, this is one of your dedicated Black listeners, or as Michael Richards refers to us, darkies. He never had a stand-up career before or during Seinfeld, know, so I don't think anybody's going to come see him. He just needs to stick with the open mic nights at Froggers, and that'll be about the extent of his future. All righty? Y'all take care. Wiggle.
The real problem is, I feel like there's just going to be a bunch of looky-loos at his shows anyways.
Absolutely.
For sure. And I got to be, honest with you, because I do hear that he's making his rounds again, but that's how I felt. This is my opinion when I went to go see Pauly Shore years ago.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he's coming back.
He is coming back. I'm sure he's going to be in the studio at some point. But
it feels like it's a category. Pauly Shore, you guys have told me about. I think one of you went to see the Malibu's Most Wanted guy, Jamie Kennedy. Or what's his name from
Screech.
Saved by the Bell? Screech.
Screech was the one I was a looky-loo for. I did not go to see Screech.
Weren't you there when he drank a shot of dip spit or something?
No, not that I remember. I just watched his comedy. I tried to record some of it so we could play it on the show, but somebody in the venue was on to me and
C-Lane, you're 6'7".
But it's hard for you to hide.
But no, I was hiding it in my shirt pocket and everything. I basically went to get a picture with Screech and see how bad his comedy was. I was 100% the looky-loo that you were referring to will be at this Michael Richards show.
I feel like it's a bad audience to have.
To the point of that dispatcher, I don't think we really know if Michael Richards is good at stand-up, because his career was cut short 20 years ago, and I don't know that there's a lot of video of him not saying the N-word.
Also, isn't everybody...
That's not good.
Problem.
He needs to put like 75 cities on this tour to start getting those shoved down in the interwebs.
Sir, there is a lot of video out there, but not a lot that doesn't have you saying the N-word.
Multiple angles.
That is going to hurt you overall in your marketing. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the new episode of South Park. There's an attack squirrel on the loose, too. Attack squirrels are out there horrifying neighborhoods. Something happened regarding Charlie Kirk at a baseball game that's interesting that we have to talk about. We got a lot to get to, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
That accident on State Road 408 westbound at Goldenrod Road, that's been cleared. Just look out for emergency crews still off to the shoulder there. I-4 westbound past Saxon Boulevard, there's some construction going on. The right lane's blocked on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive. There's a disabled vehicle blocking the shoulder there. Look out for emergency crews on the roadway. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
The night before Halloween is known as Devil's Night. And this October 30th, you're invited to join us for one terrifying night of laughs, burns, booze, and unfiltered fun as we roast the News Junkie. It's the Just Okay Halloween Roast of Sean Wasson, presented by Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury lawyer. This one-night-only event will feature the three best friends you never knew you had, Sean, Sabrina, and C-Lane, plus a stellar lineup of comedians, special guests, twisted surprises, and the kind of comedy you'll never hear on daytime radio. Tickets are limited, so get yours before they vanish into the shadows at realradio.fm/roast.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We are currently in commercial break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Viome uses advanced science to analyze your gut biome with a simple at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you, all based on real data from your own body. And you know what? That's science you can trust. Go to Viome.com now and use promo code THRIVE to save $50 on your full body intelligence test. That's Viome.com.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for calling Spectrum. My name is Angie, and I'm in Orlando, Florida. How can I help you today?
Great. You're still there. It must be like 3 a.m.
Oh, we're always here 24/7. What can I do for you?
Quick question for you, chat. Always interested to learn more about what you know. And I feel like the audience for this show, including you probably, are lots of different people from lots of different perspectives who are not incredibly online and not incredibly political, save for a few of you. A few of you are very political. But show of hands first with a yes or no. Do you know who James Comey is? Yes or no? Do you know who James Comey is? 2 minutes. We're coming back. FBI dude, bingo. Very, very good. Yes? Just getting a general idea of if people know who he is. Yes? Mostly yeses so far. Yes is coming in on YouTube. James Comey is the former FBI director and maybe one of the oldest emos. He's a very emo-like guy with his posts on social media. A lot of like vague booking, like very emo type posts. He's the 86 guy. That's correct. He was the guy who did like the rocks or the shells or something on the beach. 86, 47 or whatever he did or whatever. And that started the whole debate on what does 86 actually mean. Is that a threat to kill the president? There's rumors that he's going to be indicted in the next day or two. I think they have like, because of the statute of limitations, I think they have like a 2 or 3 day limit. I'll get into it in the story on when they can charge him. And then there was an attorney on the case who was supposed to be investigating James Comey, and the attorney basically said, like, there's not enough here. Can't really do it. Don't really think we have enough to charge them. See you later. Fired. New person comes in. That's why they're expecting these charges against James Comey today. There's a good book he wrote about Trump. Is that the guy who invented the comb over? Yes. Same guy. Yeah. James Comey, the comb over inventor. We'll be talking about him in a bit on the show. Coming back right now.
Surfest, featuring hundreds of competitive surfers in pro and amateur divisions, live entertainment, and fun for the entire family. Spectators are free, so don't miss out on the fun in the sun at the Westgate Pier. Plus, join us for the Taste of Brevard and Silent Auction on Sunday, October 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. For more information, visit nkfsurf.com. That's nkfsurf.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Starting to bubble up out there, and there's a good reason why. We'll get into that viral news and your thoughts, your dispatches coming in from thenewsjunkie.com in a moment. I want to tell you this, and feel free to disagree, but you're going to be wrong if you do, all right? And I want you to feel free to disagree, but you will be wrong if you disagree on this. I've thought this through. I spent many an hour tussling around in bed, not being able to sleep, and thinking this through. And I've come to the conclusion that if any species, if just one species of animal in the world somehow mutated and went into full attack mode and started going after humans everywhere, working together with each other, whatever, this one species, whether it be some sort of snake or a bear or a rat or a cat or whatever, if one species out there decided to or mutated into a way that they got smarter, got more powerful, and then started coming after humans, there are few things scarier than the squirrel. And I mean this with absolute seriousness. If we went outside and instantly something spread through the squirrel population and all of them got intensely aggressive and wanted to attack us, they are fast, nimble. They are nimble little bastards, and they got teeth, they got claws, they got, they're ready for war.
God.
They are
more
ready
so
to
than
go.
raccoons?
Yes, I think they're more nimble, to go back to Sabrina's word, than the raccoons. So I think it does make them scarier to me personally. Than if all the raccoons went nuts.
It's weird because you think of bigger animals being the problem, but I take, for example, which is weird because this is a work of fiction, but one of the Jurassic Park sequels had a scene where somebody was killed not by one giant T-Rex or Velociraptor, but a bunch of teeny tiny dinosaurs that look cute at first.
The one with the fan on for a head?
No, the thing that
not
pops
the
out?
Dilophosaur. No, that's the...
Look at dinosaur guy.
You just made it up. I would have agreed.
No, the Dilophosaur is what killed Newman. If you want to do a Seinfeld thing again, but no, there was
little known fact. He called him the N-word right before that happened. That's what caused the issue.
Different guy, but I don't know if that guy is also Michael Richards-esque.
Comfort to me is knowing how dumb squirrels are. No offense to the squirrels listening, but they constantly bury nuts, and as soon as they're done burying it, they forget where it's at, and that's why it's all day, all night gathering and burying, only to restart that process.
I mean, they seem kind of clever to me, though. They maneuver around on telephone wires, hop into trees. I don't know. Maybe they are dumb. Maybe they're not smart animals. But if they got loose, there's so many of them. There are so many of them out there. And I bring this story to you. I know you're like, why is Sean talking about attack squirrels right now? Because it's real. It's happening. It's an actual thing. It's an animal uprising update. This one out of a town in California called San Rafael. And you can say what you want, Sean. I wouldn't be scared if it were squirrels. It'd be more scaring if it was this or that. I would be freaking out. And this is what's happening in this neighborhood.
People in a San Rafael neighborhood are recovering from injuries after squirrel attacks.
Yeah, many saying that they're now wary when they step outside. Corn 4's Stephanie Rothman shares how 2 residents were suddenly ambushed.
You see, this woman, this news anchor, I feel like she's on the verge of laughing at these people. And I say to you, squirrels are scary. They are fast and aggressive sometimes. And if they're attacking people, that's way more scary than a turkey, which I don't know if I need to tell you this, but turkeys lack arms. Almost anything without arms is not a threat to human beings. You can just
talons, man.
Punt it away. So you keep it at a distance, you punt the turkey, you're fine. The squirrel, it's going to come up your pant leg.
Yeah, squirrel will latch.
Run around your shoulders. You'll be like trying to get it under your clothes and stuff. Scary stuff.
The Lucas Valley neighborhood in San Rafael has always been a quiet residential area shared by the wildlife around them. But in recent days, some residents say the squirrels seem to have turned
Look. This is the greatest thing. There's a warning note all over the neighborhood.
This is not a joke. More than 5 people have been attacked by a very mean squirrel over the past few days on Diablo Circle and Mount Lassen.
It has a photo of a squirrel in mid-drop.
Ready to attack.
Like the squirrel is like a skydiving squirrel or something, mid-drop, and it says, attack squirrel beware with like 10 exclamation points. Several have gone to the ER for severe lacerations.
They spelled lacerations wrong.
They had to get the note out quickly.
Yeah, they were being attacked. This squirrel comes out of nowhere and will attack your legs, arm, and your face and leave behind bite marks and scratches. And they're people are giggling a little bit. These things are scary. I am telling you.
Seem to have turned on them.
I was just walking along.
It says don't walk your dogs or play tennis. It's messing with people. We are working with Marin Wildlife now to get the perpetrator.
The perpetrator is a squirrel.
The squirrel but do not walk your dogs or play tennis in the area or beware at your own caution.
Okay, but
Look at that.
Now we're narrowing it down. This squirrel in particular does not like tennis.
No.
It does not like dogs. So
or
if you'd like
humans.
to play something else, you might not necessarily be attacked. I think you could set up the perfect trap.
Well,
Have a
you're going
park
to
with
need
dogs and tennis.
You're going to need to have some sort of costume on because the humans are definitely a target of this squirrel. And if this is, I'm guessing this is not the mug shot for the squirrel. This one looks very, very angry. This woman is going to tell us about her experience. Let's see what she says.
on them.
I was just walking along, and suddenly there's a squirrel attached to my thigh, just clombed onto my thigh.
Oh, no.
And I looked down like, oh, what is that? And I was like, get off. And I'm trying to brush him off, and he's just clinging more and biting.
Eventually, she detached the squirrel and went to the doctor who cleaned out the bite marks.
There you go.
Pause.
What?
That looks like your standard old lady leg. I'm
Oh, yeah,
not
it does.
seeing the big wound there.
There's a bite right here. The squirrel actually had rabies. This squirrel, that woman died. That woman died after this attack. This woman who's talking right now.
She seemed just fine
during the report, because this was right before things really hit, and she dropped, and they had to rush her to the emergency room. And she was victim number one.
Is that
in
real?
This
Is this real?
No, I'm making all of this up. No, all of that is not true. But she did get attacked, and she was bitten.
Hey, Squirrel, get off my leg.
There's a little hole here in her old lady leg, I think. I think there's a little hole right there.
It could also be from just running into a corner lately.
Oh, I've done that too. So I'm with her in old lady territory. But she says she was attacked by the squirrel.
And told her, thankfully, squirrels don't carry rabies. It's unclear why they've become aggressive.
If you had run with that bit just a little bit longer.
That really cuts down my argument. Squirrels can't carry rabies? Why not? Oh, God. Super squirrel.
You heard that right. No rabies.
Look, I'm not saying that you are aggressive because you've never attacked us around the studio here, Super Squirrel. But some of these friends of yours, like this one in California, really aggro, attacking old ladies. Any reason why this might be happening?
Well, have you been to California lately?
Yeah, not a
There's
while.
a specific reason why we are attacking elderly people.
No,
and that is because they are raising the taxes.
Oh, why do squirrels care about the taxes?
You don't think we have taxes too? This is America.
Oh, okay. Everybody pays. Everybody pays out there.
And then we get accused of having rabies, and we get shot. And we can't find my nuts.
I did not know that squirrels couldn't get rabies.
And it's just starting in California. And it's going to be everywhere, my friend.
Great. Fantastic.
Everywhere.
What's your attack move? How can I defend against it?
I start at the Achilles tendon.
That's
I gnaw
bad.
at it. And then once you are disabled in the leg, I go up to the, I forget, what do you humans call that area between your front genitals and your back genitals?
The gooch or the...
I do a swift gooch bite.
Uh-huh, that's bad.
Yeah, doesn't feel good at all. And then I bite your earlobe off.
Please don't. Please, I'm begging.
Doesn't sound nice.
This is your warning, everybody.
Okay.
Because I'm not the only squirrel with superpowers.
How many squirrels are out there total? Do we know?
5 million and 7.
That's too low. That's too low.
6 million and 7.
I should take your word for it on account of you're the squirrel. You're a little closer to the statistics. But, C-Lane, how many total squirrels in the United States of America? I'm saying 13 million squirrels. I'm saying 13 million squirrels in the United States
And
of
we're
America.
all related.
Oh man, I think you're way off.
Oh no!
There are not exact official numbers for all squirrel species in the United States, but the population of the common eastern gray squirrel is estimated to be reaching 2 billion or more individuals. For just,
No way! No way! 2 billion?
Yeah.
There's
That's
no
right.
shot.
And we're all cousins.
You're saying that? So there's how many squirrels per person? This is not in the United States. It's like globally, right?
Oh, squirrel to human ratio by state from Data is Beautiful.
All right.
Thank
Give me
you.
a
I put
second
that
here.
together myself.
Thank you, Super Squirrel.
I gotta go.
Look, there she goes.
In Hawaii, there are no squirrels. The
None.
only state where there are none. In Florida, there's some of these pinker states over here, light pink. Over 1 to 1 to 4 to 1. So like upwards of 4 squirrels for every human.
How are there
there's
none in
4?
Hawaii?
So in the United States of America, or in the state of Florida, we'll take Florida.
Mm-hmm.
In the state of Florida, there are 4 squirrels for every human?
Yes. 1 to 4 squirrels per human.
Do you think 4 squirrels could take down a human?
If they get 1 limb each, yeah.
If 4 squirrels could take down a human, and there's 4 for every person in the state of Florida, including oldos and youngos and everybody in between, the squirrels would have a shot if they really were determined to do this.
This is giving me a different number because I said 2 billion squirrels before, and this only says 600 million. But
It's
that's
still
a
crazy.
lot. That's still a lot of
Still
squirrels.
crazy.
different numbers.
I mean, I did not know that there were that many out there.
Some of these
but
states
given
like
all of
Nevada, Nevada has 21 squirrels to one person.
21 squirrels to one?
Yeah.
My favorite part is that you can have in Nevada 21 squirrels to one person, but it's just one squirrell that's wreaking havoc on this neighborhood.
Yeah,
Says a lot.
it does give the squirrels a bad name. We don't need to Bon Jovi it up, but it does seem to paint a picture of a worse situation. But in this neighborhood in California, it's bad. They're going after the old ladies, maybe the young ladies. Let's see if any are affected.
I don't know what's going to save me. She's not the only one. A few doors down, bite marks on a fence is the aftermath of another squirrel attack last Friday.
She took a big chunk of the wood. And we thought, oh my God, she's hungry or something.
They don't have a lot going on, right? The last time we had a story like this, was it not a squirrel or a turkey, and it was all old people that had been attacked?
This is what happens when you retire.
He took a big chunk of the wood.
And we were like, oh my goodness.
It's funny because I thought all the drama going on in these neighborhoods, all the tea would be about political stuff maybe now. You know, they'd be talking about all these
Someone
different things.
in a hoodie walking by.
Meanwhile, it's not. It's like the squirrel must be hungry. It took a big bite of the wood.
I've been to 3 different websites and had 3 vastly different numbers.
Can we not get the
as
truth
far
anymore?
as number of squirrels.
Well, I think we need to dial in on this if this is going to be some sort of issue. That's
We
a
had
huge
that
population.
map a few months back.
We did.
I did
yeah.
throw it away.
Well, we just learned in that one that they're mostly over the United States of America, at least in most places. But this lady says this one was eating wood.
And we thought, oh my God, she's hungry or something. It was Joe, my husband, took off his cap and hid it so it could go away.
Wow.
She turned around and just jumped on his head.
Joe only suffered a scratch.
Here's the culprit. They videotaped the squirrel. He's like hanging out by a
You're
tree.
dead.
You can pull me out of here with your cold, dead hands. It's like
I love, like, also, I'm going back to that note that they left. Like, don't play tennis. Tennis racket would be the perfect way to launch
You
a
think
squirrel
so?
out of your general vicinity, is it not?
If you-
It's the
if
size
you
of a tennis ball.
full swing a racket at a squirrel.
It's out.
It's airborne?
Yeah.
It's going airborne,
I
probably.
think so.
You know, right off the strings. Nobody got him, though. The guy tried to hit him with his hat because, of course, Old Man River, that's what's going to do this.
Unless, because of the makeup of a tennis racket, there's so many places for the squirrel to cling on to. You're just swinging, and that little bastard is just hanging on for dear life, ready to pounce.
As soon as you get tired of swinging the racket around, right back on the face, right after you. Let's see
That's
how
why
this
you need an
finishes
electrified
off.
racket.
True.
Behind his ear, but the couple who has lived in Lucas Valley for 35 years says this is one instance of more than 5 neighbors being attacked, and it has them concerned.
We have like 3 grandkids, and we're worried that they be out there and they think, oh, I'll put a cute squirrel and it might attack them.
All right.
But
Good story.
They all kind of look alike.
They all kind of look alike, she says.
Oh, how exciting for them that they got on the news for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's dangerous. It's dangerous out there. And if a species is going to turn on us, don't sleep on the squirrels being real shocking if that happened. Let us know what you think about this. And if you think we could overcome the squirrel uprising, a distraction for the day. And you can send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Real quick, I guess Celine didn't see it. I watched the latest South Park from last night.
Hell yeah, man.
And I was like so interested.
And I had time to kill too.
Yeah, I was like, where are they going to go? Are they going to focus on the FCC, Jimmy Kimmel, Charlie Kirk, divisions in America? They really didn't touch on that stuff much at all. Maybe they just wanted to stay away from it because it's kind of poisonous. They had the FCC chair as one of the characters, and really, really bad things were happening to him throughout the whole episode. I don't want to spoil anything in case somebody wants to watch this later, but this bad stuff keeps happening to the FCC chair. Well, okay, nobody really likes that guy. Most people aren't really caring about that guy. But the overall point of this episode had nothing to do with the things that we've seen going on out in society. It actually had to do with Kalshi and what's the other prediction market? Polymarket.
So does it come off that it was supposed to be the one that was delayed.
Possibly,
Missed
yeah. Like
deadline,
they may have been already working on this one, and then they put in the FCC guy thing to make it a little more relevant. Because the plot on this one is that Kyle's mom is angry,
a big fat bitch,
and on the prediction markets, they're betting whether Kyle's mom will go over to Gaza and bomb a building. And Kyle's mom keeps getting madder and madder about this. And then Kyle's trying to get the betting websites to take off betting about this. And Cartman's trying to make as much money as he can by getting her mad enough to bomb a building in Gaza. That's the basis of it, and it's fine. You know, it was just okay and all that. But I was wondering if they would go off of more of what's happening out there, but they might have wanted to steer clear. If you saw it and had different thoughts or the same, let us know. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com.
There was actually a bet on Kalshi.
Uh-huh.
What will the South Park characters say during the prediction market episode?
Mm-hmm.
And so you could buy Jimmy or Kimmel, Kalshi, prediction more than 5 times. And then there was just a bunch of different stuff.
You know what? It is becoming a bigger thing. I still have not bet too much on those prediction markets, but I like them. I'm interested in them. We'll see if you have. We'll get to your thoughts in a bit here on the show. When we come back, a controversy in baseball during a broadcast, some comments about Charlie Kirk. I'll play those for you. We'll listen to them. We'll see what we all think about it. We'll get geared up for the next episode. We got a lot more on the way on a Thursday, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The monsters in the morning.
That's just weird.
Like the reason you don't eat cheetahs because they're fast, you can't catch them. But cows, we eat cows.
What?
I'm relating to you guys.
I'm sorry, what?
The monsters in the morning.
Real radio 104.1.
There's a crash block in the right lane on Alafaya Trail eastbound at Research Parkway. That construction's about to be cleared up on I-4 westbound past Saxon Boulevard. Just look out for crews still off to the shoulder there. There's a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive on I-4. You're going to run into some slowdowns through that amusement park area. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the traffic center, I'm James.
I can't take it anymore.
Hey you, business guy or gal. Did you know that Mortgage Guy Don also does commercial and small business administration loans? If you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of
Breaking news.
You are in luck.
Breaking news.
High interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.2.
Talking about recent developments in the United States of America, Trump says on American political violence, the radical left is causing the problem, not the right, the radical left, and it's going to get worse, and it's ultimately going to go back on them, says Trump. The radical left is causing this problem, not the right, the radical left, and it's going to get worse, and ultimately it's going to go back on them. Agree or disagree, chat? Agree or disagree? By the way, I stand by. There's something like, you know when a rat goes by your feet and you're like, ugh. Squirrels are so much more intimidating. Like if they just decided I'm not going to be afraid of this human and just went up your pant leg and just start like biting and attacking, that is a frightening proposition. Disagree, says Tommy. Anelio says agree. Weed Consumer says agree. Johansson says, oh yeah, only the left. Carol says disagree. People a little split on this. Gee, thanks for uniting us, Mr. President. Froggy Molly says it's political theater in the name of a distraction. Angry Lil Viking says Sean will agree with Trump is my prediction. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, despite what you might think, I understand what you're trying to say and you're trying to take a dig at me. I'm not invested in anything. I'm not a member of a team. I've always found it weird that, like, you go, okay, now I'm on this side of the argument. And I'll have to take on all the failures of this side of the argument, but I'm on Team Red now. So everything Team Red believes, I believe, and I always have to defend it. Or you go, oh, now I'm over here. I'm on Team Blue. And I have to have all the same positions as everybody on Team Blue. Can't go against. No, I don't give a shit about the teams. So for me, if I see something I don't like, I'm like, I don't like that thing. Right? So I see what you're saying. But for me, I think undoubtedly the rhetoric from the Trump administration, from Republicans as well, for the last 10 years or so, has been, I think, too aggressive. Trump in particular has always been somebody who's going at his enemies and saying he hates his enemies and all that. Totally agree. The left is calling Trump and everybody else a Nazi and a fascist nonstop, which undoubtedly has an impact. It's like genocide. If you believe in these things, it's like if you really believe that Trump is a Nazi, that this is fascism, and that America is burning right now, then you would be justified, and that's where the problem is, in launching some sort of violence to protect the country. Right? Therein lies the issue. But even though the right has a rhetoric problem, the left has a rhetoric problem, virtually everybody online has a rhetoric problem, the attacks that we are seeing clearly in the last several months have been from people who seem to be impacted by perhaps the rhetoric of the left. So I don't know if that's me agreeing with him. I don't think that it's only a left-wing problem. I think it's a political problem where people are becoming extremists and nobody wants to apologize and nobody wants to learn what the truth is. Everybody just wants to be right. And I hate that so much. 2 minutes and we're coming back. Where's the normie team and how can I join? It seems like the most obvious thing in the world. It's like, okay, this percentage of our country is super political over here. This percentage of our country is super political over here. Me and my neighbors and normal people like don't really care about any of this stuff. But they're so entrenched in the seats of power that we're just kind of forced to deal with all of it. I think this is all theater and he benefits from the chaos and giving into it is failure. I definitely think no matter how bad it is, and it is bad, and it's horrific when people die, the Republicans will benefit from it. They will. But whose fault is that? It's all about the money? I think this administration is bordering on fascism. Erica says they're not bordering on it, they fully embraced it. I mean, what's, besides the FCC weaponization thing, which was kind of like loose, nobody can make a real argument for, hey, trust me, this is actually mega super fascist. It's an over-the-top rhetoric that's used in these situations, and it's not helpful. But what you're doing is justifying it, and it's like, no, this is okay. I think when you call everybody else the most horrific name you can think of, eventually it's not good. It dehumanizes people. You probably don't care, but, you know, I think it does cause bad in the world. All right, here we go. A very interesting Charlie Kirk update in a moment here.
The new season of the NFL lives on iHeartRadio.
It's blocked! It's scooped up by Will McDonald! That's a jet touchdown!
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown Tampa Bay!
Plus, fantasy advice and expert analysis with the official NFL Podcast Network.
A strip sack! A lot recovery!
Everything you love about football is on the iHeartRadio app.
Throws to the end zone. Caught, Keenan, touchdown! Chargers!
Search NFL to dive in.
Radio,
104.1. He's smiling, and that alone should scare you.
We got a lot more to dig into today. The pile of things, all things viral, is just overflowing with so many clips to get to. It's time to move forward here. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Email the show anytime. We'll get to some of those. If you want to be anonymous, put it on top. Momentarily, we'll read through some of those. But right now, I want to go to the world of baseball, baby, because I'm always watching baseball. I'm always watching the boys out on the diamond, out there on the field, throwing the ball. And in this case, I believe it was the New York Yankees and the Chicago White Sox.
Well done.
Cubs.
Cubs.
Mets.
Yes, it was
Cubs and Mets.
I literally missed both of them. You're right.
I'm going to dump that?
Let's just forget that happened. Quick retraction. Do we have a retraction?
Bet your butt.
I failed on both of the sports teams. I'm sorry. Earlier in the program, I stated that it was the Yankees and the White Sox. It was the Mets and the Cubs.
Yep,
Those
that was
were the
a little
teams.
testaroonie for all of you.
Yes. So now that we know who the actual teams were, during the game, there was mention of one of the players on the field having missed a game to go to the Charlie Kirk Memorial.
Okay.
One of the players was like, I'm out of here. And before I really cannonball my way through a story and make a whole bunch of mistakes I don't want to make, is baseball in like the playoffs or like is this?
I think it's still regular season.
Because if you just miss one game in baseball, it doesn't seem like that much of a big deal. There's so many games, but I guess maybe if they're in the chase for the playoffs, or if it is the playoffs, then that,
Cubs record is 89-69. So that is, if we just
130 something games.
So I think it's wrapping up soon.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. 89-69, you said? 150 or something again?
They say that the regular season itself usually lasts about 6 months, from late March, early April until late September or early October.
Jesus, man. It's a lot of games.
158 games, I think.
That's crazy. So this guy missed one of them, and he missed one of them not because he was sick, not because a family member was in trouble, not because he was going to some
jury
event
duty.
For going to jury duty, going to some event for like his marriage, or for like something personal that he really, really wanted to go to, but for the Charlie Kirk thing. And here's what they said during the broadcast.
Home fourth inning. Oscar Brosbon's retired 5 in a row. Matt Shaw leads off for the Cubs. He had a base hit his first time up.
All right, Matt Shaw is the batter at the plate. And I get this. This is a guy, I guess, who went to the Charlie Kirk Memorial and missed a game.
Shaw had Cubs World in a tizzy this weekend when he was not here for the Cubs game with the Reds. Game they lost 1-0.
Oh, so he's pointing out that they lost the game, too. So he wasn't there. They lost the game, and the reasoning,
which his lack of presence was felt. It was later revealed that he had been given permission to attend Charlie Kirk's funeral. And I don't want to talk about any of the politics of it.
Uh-oh. Anytime you say that line, look, I don't want to get into the politics of this, but
here I go, politicking.
That is you buttoning on the politics shirt and getting ready for battle. That you're doing it whether you want to or not.
The thought of leaving your team in the middle of a race for any reason other than a family emergency really strikes me as weird.
Strikes him as weird, he says. Weird. The player going to Charlie Kirk's memorial service instead of playing for the team. Now, there is a big, I think, important thing hanging over all of this. Right? And I think it's important to address this. Forget the politics of the moment and all of that. If you are getting paid the amount of money that I know these baseball players get paid every season, you should be at as many of these games as you possibly can. Right? I think that is just the truth. You should have a really good excuse if you're not going to be at one of these baseball games. They get paid exorbitant amounts of money. I don't know if this Shaw guy, if his salary is public, but I'm guessing he makes millions and millions of dollars per year playing baseball. So if you're not going to be there and you're a high earner like that, it should probably be a good excuse. But it's a little dicey getting at people for reasons like this. Like maybe he could say, like, I was very affected by this. I thought that this was a major tragedy and really was worthy of me going and being at this event, even though I might not have had a personal connection to this person.
His
It's a little
contract
dicey.
is actually not that big.
What is it?
$760,000
What?
compared to other baseball players.
For real? Okay, then let him go to the thing. In baseball, what's the Japanese guy in the Dodgers?
It's like $20 million.
That guy makes all the money in the world.
He shows up to all the games.
He should be. He shouldn't be going to a Charlie Kirk memorial. You get paid way too much. You shouldn't be missing any of these games. But this guy's that's like league minimum. It sounds like that sounds pretty low, if not $700,000. No, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of money. I mean, like for most people, you hear that and you go, "I'll take $700,000." But is it weird that he went to this event? I don't know
how this compares to the other players on the team, but he has scored 54 runs. It looks like in this season in his career. I think this is his first season.
Sounds okay to me, but I don't know. They said that he's important to the team, like the team needs him. But then he said that he's weird. That was weird for him to not be there because he's going to this memorial.
Now, did he just go to the memorial, or he spoke at it or something?
They just said he went. Actually, they didn't even say memorial. He said the word funeral. But let me go back.
Other than a family emergency, really strikes me as weird.
That was him saying it was weird. Hang on, let me go back a little bit more because he said
Presence
funeral.
was felt. It was later revealed that he had been given permission to attend Charlie Kirk's funeral.
That's where he was. What do you think? Baseball player, is it fine that he went to this event? Is it okay? He was maybe touched by this whole ordeal? Or is it weird, as this particular announcer says? Let us know what you think.
I think it's weird because did he know Charlie Kirk? Did he,
No, I don't.
They weren't friends. There wasn't like a family connection. Like, I think it's weird to miss work to go to the funeral of somebody you don't know.
Maybe he was really affected by it. Maybe this is a thing where like he saw this and he saw that this person was killed for their words, for their speech. And the person's a father and a husband. And I think a lot of people were impacted by it. You saw how many people, C-Lane, were at that stadium. There were a lot of people there. Can't all know him personally. I wonder if now here's the thing. Everybody would just toss back the response, and I know we'll get a bunch of this. Like, he's just a podcaster. He's just a podcaster. Yeah, I mean, the guy was a podcaster, a content creator, all of those things. But also, I think it affected a lot of people because it's crazy to shoot people. It's crazy to kill people who disagree with you. And that is one of those things that I think people respond to in a way where it like affects them emotionally.
All right, here's what changes my mind now. Shaw explained that he met Kirk last offseason in Arizona where they lived in the same apartment complex. They struck up a friendship that centered around their religious faith and Kirk's Cubs fandom. Charlie Kirk was a huge Cubs fan. Kirk would often text Shaw after Cubs games. Kirk's wife, Erica, reached out to Shaw and invited him to attend the service in Arizona.
Not weird at all.
He was in VIP.
That changes everything. That's
Absolutely.
not weird, even in the slightest. You really shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have brought that up without knowing what he was talking about.
He said, I was very thankful for how the team responded. Allowing me to do that was really special of them. The president of baseball operations, Jed Hoyer, and manager Craig Counsell, and all the veteran players that I talked to, and really the whole team having their support was really important to me.
All right, real quick, we got to take a break. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? William Shatner was boldly rushed to where many his age have gone before, the hospital. An AI just became way richer than all of us combined, while another AI made a new thriller less gay in China. Plus, according to the Pokemon Company International, you gotta catch permission to use their theme song. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. Happy Thursday, Brevard County. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting hot temperatures. Plan for highs to reach the upper 80s and low 90s. It's going to be one of the hotter days of the week. And we'll also be seeing some scattered showers and storms, more of the same, about a 50 to 60% chance of rain at most. But the good news is, as we head into next week, we start to see slightly lower.
Oh, God. It's happening. Okay, folks, hang tight. The next episode is coming up next. Somebody said Carlos Mencia could make a comeback. Carlos Mencia didn't really get, well, actually, I don't want to screw this up. Maybe I wasn't aware. I don't remember Carlos Mencia getting, like, canceled. I think Carlos Mencia just had an issue where there were allegations that he was stealing jokes, and people seemed to turn against him, generally speaking, in the comedy world, but I could be wrong.
Testosterone is back, baby. Thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Man, it was really low, and I called Red Mountain Weight Loss and got my testosterone where it needs to be. And I gotta tell you, when your testosterone,
Hang on, lots of emails coming.
a lot better. You don't feel sluggish anymore. You don't feel like you're unfocused. You don't have problems in the bedroom. Things are better. The truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads do. So this is a solution by calling Red Mountain Weight Loss. It's a prescription, and it's prescription strength testosterone that you only can get from somebody like Red Mountain Weight Loss. And it's awesome talking to them.
Bro, some of you fucking people are so weird, man.
Testosterone, and you're having a problem with energy and building muscle mass, you need to give them a call. I did. I'm so glad that I did. It's Red Mountain Weight Loss. They book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor. Just get online, get real testosterone from real doctors with real great results. Go to redmountainweightloss.com.
Like, I show up to do this show every day. I interact. I expect a certain level of decorum. Okay? I expect like a certain level of responsibility in people who listen to the show and engage.
Hey guys, it's Angel from the Monsters. You know I love cooking.
I don't want to get into this too much, but
I get asked why. I tell you, it's because it's an awesome experience. It's impressive, and everything comes out great on the big green egg. If you don't have,
as of the last, like, I would say, year, I've gotten a lot more in the name of, like, threatening stuff. A lot of people who will send something really angry and then make it very clear that they know where I live. A lot of people who just say, like, fucked up shit. And that's fine, but, like, at some point, you're getting into the level of where legally you've just made a threat, right? And I can't really explain it to you because I don't want to give it more air, but it's just really frustrating, honestly. 2 minutes.
New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler,
I know where you live. I only use that info to send me gifts. Thank you very much. That's because you're a sweet and good person. Sean, you can open carry on the show right now? Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know, it's fucked up shit. It's like people talking about,
First, those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So
I can't talk about it, but it's people threatening me and other people around me.
Hands with Allstate.
Only one app puts the live radio dial in your pocket and lets you save your favorite station.
And when they put out what I deem to be a threat, which it seems to obviously fucking be a threat, and Then they bring somebody else in around me, and then they go, hey, and by the way, I know where you live. It's like, what the, like, what kind of deranged fucking lunatic?
Well, I said to myself, South, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into Lance, and Ocala. Every vehicle's just one.
That's really, really obnoxious.
I ended up at some auto dealer. Why? They had a trade payoff event.
Let me guess. You had to put $4,000 down.
Yeah, $4,000.
Next time, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right, RC?
I honestly think I might turn this into the cops.
One dime down.
But I still owe thousands on my trade.
It's okay. We accept any trade, even if you still owe.
All right, we're coming back.
With only one dime down.
Then a dime. One dime down.
But I still owe thousands on my trade.
It's okay. We accept any trade, even if you still owe thousands.
With only one dime down.
Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi.
In DeLance and Ocala.
RCHill.com.
Dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Because therapy's expensive, and we have microphones. This is the new.
And beyond. Get ready. And we'll also get to you. A lot of people are joining us with emails. Some of them are normal. Some of them are unhinged. Just a quick note. If you send me threats on my email, I'm just going to start forwarding every single one of them to the police department. I'm just going to start every one of you weirdos that sends this kind of stuff, especially where you're like mentioning where I live, and it's just messed up, man. It's screwed up. And like, if you want to disagree with me, that's fine. But some of the other things are like unhinged, and I'm going to just start reporting them. It's like I didn't have to do that for a while, and I thought that was kind of a nice thing, but it seems like we've turned the corner on that. Anyhow, please stop. Normal people only, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I thought I told you that we won't stop. I thought I told you that we won't stop.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's his website. That's where you have direct access to the expert and your best friend, especially when it's coming to refinancing your home, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, HELOCs. How about SBA loans? You're looking to buy a business or franchise. Work with someone who's got your back, with someone that knows how the business works but does not shove you down a hill of confusion. And that's That Mortgage Guy Don. Start the process today at ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
A mere 14 years ago, 2011, the New York Post reported that this guy from this band... Come on.
Sly and the Family Stone?
That is correct.
Damn.
Exclamation point.
Sly Stone.
Sly Stone, double points for you. The New York Post, for some reason, posted 14 years ago that Sly Stone was broke and living in a van in L.A. And I think after that, they said, while they've fallen on some hard financial times, I don't believe he was living in a van.
Mm-hmm.
But no update since then. He might be in a van. And I can tell you...
He's in a box.
He is dead. That is right. So sorry. Rest in peace. You know who's not dead?
Who?
Shatner.
William Shatner.
He's old, but yeah, he's still with us.
Yes, though he did find himself in a medical emergency this week. He was taken to the hospital from his home over the weekend. He was experiencing an issue with his, go ahead and guess. He's 94.
Legs?
Legs is a guess.
Prostate.
No prostate.
I don't think
Face?
they check it at that old. Heart?
Liver. Heart is close.
Yeah, but no cigar. Blood sugar.
Oh.
He is, however, doing good and resting comfortably. Let's also remind everybody that for the last 2 years, he has been talking about his mortality, with a direct quote being, he doesn't have long to live. So, hope you're doing okay, William. It seems like you've been wanting to die since 2023.
Is he still tweeting a lot? He was very active on Twitter for a while.
I don't know if he is. The last thing that I saw was him crying after going to space for a little bit. Was that in 2023 as well? Has it been that long?
William.
He had a whole moment, and everyone behind him were like, "Yeah, we just floated in space, champagne."
2021. That was in
Really?
2021 when that happened. Yeah, when he was 90 years old.
Time do be a flying. And we also have, earlier this week, we heard that the theme song for Pokemon was used by Ice, as well as Theo Von's clip. And now the Pokemon Company International has confirmed it did not grant permission for the use of the Pokemon anime theme song, which was featured in the clip on Ice's Instagram and X account.
We started the morning show, the new season, last night.
As did I.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a character that is fully just copy-paste Theo Von, which is it's pretty hilarious, yeah.
Oh, maybe I haven't seen it yet. Was he just in the second episode?
No, the first one. His name's like Bro Hamilton or something.
Yeah. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're right. They say we're aware of a recent video posted by the Department of Homeland Security that includes imagery and language associated with our brand. Our company was not involved in the creation or distribution of this content, and permission was not granted. Now, fans did urge the Pokemon Company to sue the Trump administration. However, the company's former chief legal officer, I found this to be very interesting, said a lawsuit is highly unlikely because the company is, and I quote, insanely publicity shy. And many of their execs in the USA are on green cards. So they're like, we're just not going to say nothing about it. However, there's someone else saying a lot of things without giving any sort of content behind it, context either. But Ray J is back in the headlines making shocking claims that he's working with the feds to build a RICO case against
Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, and her mother, Kris Jenner. He went on a live stream. It's now circulating. He said the federal RICO I'm about to drop on Kris and Kim is about to be crazy. I'm talking about, I'm on the news every day. I'm going to say a lot of S. Anyone that is cool with Kim, they need to tell her now the feds is coming. There's nothing I can do about it. He added, it's worse than Diddy.
For what?
Great question, but he didn't give any other details or explanation in the clip whatsoever. He also has not explained having to what appeared to be full mast while he was over at Kai's house.
That's weird. Oh, Kai Sennett?
Yeah, like had a boner and was dancing around. Kids watch that stuff.
Yeah, that's weird.
There you have it, my friends. If you live in China, thank you so much for listening. And I want to let you know that the up-and-coming 2025 supernatural body horror thriller called Together will not have the gay couple that we're going to see in the U.S. That's right. No gays thanks to a digital altering.
I'm not gay no more.
Wait, hold on. In the movie Together, that's kind of a pivotal part of the story.
Yeah, it actually is. But they say they were able to get rid of the young couple and make them straight.
Damn, China. Wow.
It holds currently a 90% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, grossed $32 million worldwide.
It's pretty fun.
I liked it. Now, I will also I want to see China's version of it because there is a point in which
if they start getting the technology locked in to use AI to just like China wash everything that comes out of America, it will start to be fun to go, well, how did that turn out?
Right.
You know?
It's just kind of, it's like, It would screw up the movie if they did that. Like it's
like watching
They
snakes
did
on a plane on TBS. You know, the monkey fighting snakes on the Monday to Friday plane.
Yep.
Right.
And happy One Hit Wonder Day for everybody to the number one hit wonder according to this list. It is Return of the Mac. Follow your dreams. Me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, be safe. Dance like no one's watching. And I was waiting for this to drop. Stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we return, we've got a lot to get to. You are joining us with your thoughts. A lot of people have a lot of thoughts. Also, a woman is coming completely unglued, and she's been arrested for it. What did she do? We're also going to hear from Ryan Ruth, the guy who tried to shoot Trump in the bushes at the golf course. His daughter
tried to stab his neck.
And tried to stab his neck, with a pen after the guilty verdict. His daughter has stepped up and done an interview, and she has some pretty interesting things to say. We'll go over that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles are in Tampa to face the Bucks this Sunday. Coverage starts at 12 noon on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by First Horizon Bank and Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
There's a crash getting cleared up, blocking 2 right lanes on State Road 436 northbound at Lake Margaret Drive. A disabled truck's getting cleared up, slowing down traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound before Consulate Drive. The left lane's blocked there. Traffic starting to slow down through the city on I-4, and you could expect some delays eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about Duke's Mayo. It says here it's got twang. That sounds good. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Checked out your power bill lately? Well, you might notice that the price seems to be going up and up more and more. Imagine instead of just shoveling out money to the power company all the time, you could take control of your energy. Stop renting your power and own it with Solar Installers of Florida. You're going to call them up. They will design and install a solar system built for your home, tailored towards your specific energy needs. And then you could lock in lower cost and enjoy predictable bills for years to come. They'll work on financing with you. They're not going to try and oversell you on your system, and they'll help you out. And right now, federal tax credits make that switch more affordable than ever. But that goes away at the end of the year. So don't wait. Stop dreading that next bill. Start looking forward to energy freedom with Solar Installers of Florida. Call them today. Get a free quote at 407-777-5050. Let them know Celine from the News Junkie sent you. You'll save even more money. 407-777-5050, or check them out online at solarinstallersofflorida.com.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit theNickLeeGroup.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Get ready to crank it up. Oktoberfest is taking over Orlando Harley-Davidson October 16th through the 19th. 4 days of nonstop action, daily entertainment, live music, and kicking it off with a...
Love you, be safe. I don't think so. If you want to grab them, I mean, I'll eat them always. Okay, thank you. Hey, everybody. Excuse me.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. How'd you get your money so quick? Hard Rock Bet's got lightning fast withdrawals. Almost as fast as Dale Jr. valeting cars at this party.
By the way,
Hard Rock Bet's fast withdrawals giving me new motivation.
Jimmy Kimmel ratings are in. 6.2 million people watched the show, which is especially interesting since I think 25% of the markets were not playing the episode, but 6.2 million people tuning in. Now, the question is, how long does that last? Kimmel tried to keep a little bit of that vibe up last night on the show, I hear. But then eventually it's just like, okay, we're back into the same thing all the time. Actually, Kimmel made a joke about that. He said, I had so many friends that responded to the show when we were on our first night back. It reminded me that, oh, that's right, all of these people never watch until right now. So, how long will they last? Eddie says it won't last. 1 week, if that. Is that the most he's ever had? That's probably true, I would guess. 6 mil? I would think that that's probably the biggest he's had. And I would guess maybe it might be like his top YouTube video or up there somewhere. 20 million on YouTube?
Now's the perfect time with Renewal by Anderson. At Renewal by Anderson, their acclaimed impact replacement windows are built for Florida homes and designed for energy efficiency by maintaining
Abe lost mod? Don't want to be a mod in here?
heating and cooling costs.
Wow.
With their smart sun
Wow.
function, you'll minimize heat loss and maximize energy savings. Renewal by Anderson windows are beautiful, durable, and energy efficient. What more could you ask for? Here's what Kathy had to say. Our windows
I have to tell you,
they did a great job.
it would be so bizarre, and I try to put myself in these people's shoes, to be a family member of somebody who commits one of these shootings or attacks, because out of nowhere, all of a sudden, the day before you posted like some joke about eating chocolate chip cookies or something, and then the Daily Mail is like, shooter's mother posted about chocolate chip cookies on eve of murder, and you're like, they read into absolutely everything that you've done. But I still remain interested in the daughter of the second assassination attempt on Trump from the golf course. That guy's daughter is very interesting. 2 minutes and we're coming back. We'll talk about her. Sean, I agree, sad for the shooters' families. It's just weird because a lot of times they don't have anything to do with anything. Like, imagine you have a family member and that person like goes off and like radicalizes or whatever. You don't know anything about it, and then all of a sudden they pop up on your radar and it's like their name and they committed this horrific attack, and then it's immediately it's like thrown on you. Like, could there be some incidents where maybe you were involved? Yeah. Like the Pulse shooter's wife maybe possibly covering things up. But in most cases, they probably had no idea, and their life gets flipped, turned upside down. All right, coming back.
Wealth. The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95 percenters. This is the
People with a lot of thoughts today. Some of them good, some of them interesting, some of them not so much. We'll see how that goes here in just a moment on the show. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Danny emails. Good afternoon, Sean, he says. I write this email with all due respect. That tends to be
Turn around.
A lie. When people start with all due respect, and then it's like, you are the worst. But maybe not. Let's see. Good afternoon, Sean. I write this email with all due respect. What you said during the break a while back was so disgusting to me. During the break? You talking about on a school mic? You were whining about Sabrina and C-Lane. That was on the air, buddy. That was
You're talking about us in the skull mic?
No, I talked about that on the air, friend. He said chopping your legs off while you were talking. Those two are the main reason I listen to your show. So when you say I need to find better help, that's just insane and disrespectful. I feel like you owe them an apology. Sincerely, Danny. Danny, no. No. And Danny, this is your opportunity, friend, to never, ever, ever listen to the show again. Ever, ever, ever. See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you for the email. This can be your last moment. I started off the show with a level of frustration that was just me being real about something. If you don't like it, if you don't, if you're not okay with that, that's fine. I don't really care. I can't worry about all the little eggshells out there that don't want to be correct. That was I was just frustrated on the show. Am I supposed to pretend I'm not? Am I supposed to
Did you call us the help?
No, I don't think so. I talked about that on the air. I said it was like a waiter walking to the table and getting tripped. And I was just me starting the segment starting the show with a clip, and I felt like the wind was taken out of my sails. And I found that to be annoying. That's fine. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's just like, hey, I was geared up for something, and I couldn't get there. I couldn't get to the place that I was trying to get to. So thanks for the email, Danny, but no thanks. Meanwhile, other feedback coming in, other people joining the show, like this person who says, I veto C-Lane. TD, what do you have for us? Let's listen in here.
Veto C-Lane. A personal day is a personal day, and truthfully, I don't care how much money I make. I don't need my employer asking or caring why I'm taking the day off, right? I mean, at what point is it mind your own business? It doesn't matter if you're going to a funeral for someone you've never met or your best friend. Mind your business. Let him be.
Thank you, TD. Appreciate the dispatch.
Do professional athletes get PTO?
I don't know how that works. I imagine, right? Like
they get to go on vacation or have sick days, and how does that work?
I imagine that they must get some kind of setup like that. I don't know what it is. I don't disagree with her, TD. I don't disagree with you at all. But the issue there was not the employer. The employer wasn't coming down on the baseball player.
No.
It was the broadcaster. The guy who was the broadcaster for the team said, this guy went to the Charlie Kirk Memorial and he missed one of the games and they lost the game, and he's very important to the team. And he said it was weird that he had gone to the Charlie Kirk Memorial or funeral. I'm mixing the two up, but it seemed like it might have been the actual funeral itself.
Yeah, but she was coming at me for saying it was weird to miss that game to go to a funeral for somebody you didn't know. Now, first off, we all learned together that they were close, that they texted each other, that his wife invited Matt Shaw to the funeral. So completely appropriate.
Yeah,
I think it would have been inappropriate for the Cubs to say, no, you have to be at this game.
But I would have to guess that the guy just didn't know that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what I think here is that, and I do agree with you, if this were a regular workplace, like if I took a PTO day, and they wanted to know why, be like, I'm going to tell you, but I'm still taking this day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a little different. Like your contract for, being on a baseball team is different. Now, it might be different than other jobs like this. For example, like if this were like the drummer for a band that's on tour, like somebody that people go to see, like a famous name, then
Green Day.
Yes, if it were the drummer for Green Day, if it were Trey Cool that wanted to take a day off to go to a funeral.
Hot cool, Trey.
You would think that they would go, no, we have this obligation here, or they would change the show if it was that important to him or
would
the
they just
band as a whole.
replace the drummer for a day?
Depends on the band. It really depends on the band. If it were like Earth, Wind, and Fire, they might just replace the drummer for a day. But
well, let's be real. Like, this has to be a thing that's happened, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's just drastically different between, like, say somebody has like a desk job. You work in an office all day long, and that's your gig. That's great. But your PTO is going to be very, very different than somebody's PTO if they're in a high pressure cooker type job where they're involved in some sort of team that needs them, and that, is going to be in some way affected by this person taking the time off. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't take time off or that you don't deserve to have time off. It just means that, like, there's different levels of how it affects everybody. And if you're a regular worker bee at some job, that's when I totally agree with you. Like, say you're going to take whatever day off for whatever reason, you have those days, you do that. But on some level, like, imagine you're a baseball player, your team's going into the World Series, you're the pitcher that they pay the big contract to, and they're really, really relying on you to pitch that inning, and you're like, I'm taking a day off to go to the Bahamas. And people would go, wait, what? Obviously that would
fair, yeah.
That would be different.
And then you have such a highly talked about funeral where everyone knows that name, at least for the week that it happened. And you get the personal text from the widow inviting you to the funeral. So I think once all of the three of us found out that information, it made a little bit more sense.
It changed a lot. Like, if he was just a regular guy who had no connection at all to Charlie Kirk, and then he goes to the funeral and it was like important to him, I could understand you saying something about that. I could understand you questioning it a little bit. I still think people are affected by some of these things, and they might want to make a decision like that. But with all the new info, it's like, come on. It was his friend. It was his friend, essentially, that died. And if my friend died, I would probably want to go to the funeral afterwards. All right, let's get into one more here. Here's Not Stevie G.
What's up, News Junkie?
Hey.
So I wanted to chime in about this baseball player that went to the Charlie Kirk Memorial. I think the only thing that really matters is that the team gave him permission to go. He didn't just go without permission.
No show.
So I think anybody's opinion about it, aside from the fact that he got clearance from his job to go, and it was important to him. Okay, as a Christian, as a person that shares a lot of the same beliefs as Charlie, I respect it. I do respect it, and I don't think that anybody's opinion it really matters. This baseball announcer is allowed to feel the way that he feels.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But
I guess it's just weird that he's vocalizing it. And some of that comes back to something we've talked about a bunch of times on this show. And that is, in these games like this, there's a lot of downtime.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just start yip-yapping. And when
We'll
they're
do some
yip-yapping,
sponsor stuff or fun facts.
yeah, say anything. Like when the guy said, I don't want to get into politics, but ... it was like, that's when you should have known, maybe steer clear of this. You have a general audience, right? Like you always have to think about who your audience is, who your demographics are, who you're talking to, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, now...
And if your audience is like a mixed bag of people politically, you probably, if your audience is a mixed bag of people who are not tuning in for politics in any way, you probably want to stay away from that.
And he also didn't have the luxury of learning in real time the true story or the background here, which now he just comes off looking like, okay, well.
Well, he didn't, weird. Calling something weird can't necessarily be attached to negative. It could be just right in the middle. Weird, strange, as in I don't understand the move. Weird is a good word to use when you don't have the full story. Would I comment on it without the full story? No.
I don't know. I feel like if I call something weird, you don't think there's a negative connotation to that? I feel like if I'm calling it weird, I think if I'm calling it weird, I'm giving you the context that I'm saying, like, it's not normal. I don't, I don't like that
Strange.
for whatever reason.
Curious.
Maybe you didn't mean that. I want to share something with you real quick. And this is also, I think, San Ramon is in California, right?
I think so.
Ramon. There is a jewelry store And I don't understand what's happening here. I mean, I understand that this is a robbery, and those of you watching on YouTube, as well as those of you, as well as those of you who go over to see it now, because I'll put this up there too, since it's the visual. There's people busting in this jewelry store to rob the place. But watch this with me. You guys will know what I'm talking about here, Sabrina and Sue Lynn. All right, here they go. Now they're making their way into the.
Okay,
One,
is that
two,
oh my gosh.
This guy's got a freaking pickaxe. This looks like the fight in Anchorman or something. Everybody who's coming in is fully dressed in black, hiding their identity, and they all have weapons. It's like the biggest robbery I've ever seen in my life.
They're all matching, too. It's so strange.
Like, obviously, they all are working together in some group. They bust in. This guy's got a gun.
Hell of a group chat, huh?
Gun, pickaxe. They all have, like, weapons, crowbar.
That one guy's just using his fists. He didn't get the pickaxe.
There's a couple of people that don't have weapons, but most of them seem to have weapons.
Wow.
And they all break in at the same time. Here's another guy coming in last minute.
Oh, oops.
They smash the counters, and they're all stealing this jewelry.
That's
what
insane.
are you supposed to do?
And, like, is this, like, the worst type of Ocean's 11? Or like, this is obviously, to say the very least, not random. This is
This was very much premeditated.
But how do you find a group of people that big that you're down to rob with?
I've been in like birthday planning group chats that big.
I thought you were going to say I've been in robberies
Robbery planning?
close to that big.
Oh, damn. Tell us this story. What
birthday
almost
was
happened
crazy
here?
in 2011.
How many people is that? Did anybody count?
Let me see. Let's get back to a point here. Okay. Okay, most of them are in frame here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 or more. And another one comes in at the end here, I think. 17 or more robbers, many of them armed, busting into this jewelry store as they all smash the counter.
Look at.
And, like, they couldn't have come in one car, right?
Just one guy
that
at
guy
the
just
end.
parked.
He's like, oh, wait, I thought you said 12:05.
Is this posted on social media somewhere? Like, what is?
That's security.
They also had, like, they divvied this into jobs. There's a couple gun guys.
Yep.
Keeping everybody at bay.
And then we have the
There's
smashers.
the smasher guys, and then the bag guys.
That brought their own bags, and then we have that one guy who did not get the memo. And
I
there
guess
he is.
the reason why it's weird to me is because this many people, it's like everybody for themselves robbery, because you're not splitting this up afterwards. There's too many people. You think so? They're all just like.
Would it be fair for the smashers to not get a cut of that?
But it's literally bigger than Ocean's 11. And all they're targeting is one jewelry store.
Maybe they like say, we'll put it in split wise.
Maybe.
Afterwards. Divvy it
Like
up.
sharing tips at a restaurant kind of thing. Very strange. I'm going to post this up on See It Now, as I said, so you guys can see the visual. It's crazy.
San Ramon is a bit east of San Francisco. And I'm pretty sure when I was in San Francisco, which is about to be a year ago in a couple of weeks, that there was a jewelry store that got robbed there too. Like, I think that had been going around a little bit.
That's so weird. I guess that maybe this is just how things work now. They go, hey, we're going to rob the jewelry store at this time on this day. Everybody going together. Take a look at this whenever you get a chance. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit See It Now, and you'll find the link for that robbery.
My thing with that is that's too many people to keep a secret. I mean, that's way too many loose ends.
All they need is one person to crack and go, you know what? It was C-Lane. It was this guy. He was one of the ones who was up front with the gun.
I mean, that's 20 people, though.
That's a lot. No, I'm saying I think what C-Lane and I are saying is if there's that many people, like if you have Sabrina's 3, I bet, all right, and I'm not, before there's anybody reacting to this, I'm not saying Sabrina's doing this or would do this or whatever.
Or am I?
I bet you could find 2 friends who would rob a store with you.
Sure.
I bet you could find 2 friends who could rob a store with you.
I could find 11 friends.
Well, but let's stop it at 2. If you find 2 friends that you could rob a store with, bringing your Sabrina's 3 to a full 3 people, I bet you could feel like you would trust those people not to say anything and not to rat you out and all that. Because there'd be 2 other people in Sabrina's 3. But if you did this Sabrina's 11, do you have 10 people that you would trust that much that nobody under pressure would crack?
Also,
I don't.
As an investigator, I want to get a hold of one of the bad guys, because I can convince one of the bad guys that, hey, you didn't have a weapon, you didn't damage anything, you didn't have a gun or
but
a
it's
pickaxe.
still grand theft.
Sure it is, but you can give a deal to one of the bad guys to catch the other 16 dudes.
I don't think any of these people would have agreed to do that with the notion that someone was going to be a rat about it. There's probably some heavy consequences for that.
To Sabrina's point, if there's 10 of us, I don't have a gun, other people have guns, I'm still charged with armed robbery, right?
Yeah.
Likely, yeah.
Because I'm involved in
an accessory.
an armed robbery. Yeah, I didn't have the gun myself. Crazy.
Even the
Check that
drivers
out.
get in trouble.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, for like a bank robbery or something. Check that out. The video is over at the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com. When we come back, a former student has been arrested after saying something about a school in the state of Florida. What was said? We'll get into that. Also, the would-be Trump assassin, his daughter is speaking out after his conviction. What's she have to say? Both of those coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I mean, Ferrari was always my first love because of Tom Selleck. My next-door neighbor in Green Bay had that Ferrari.
That
and let me lay on it and take a...
Hello, everybody.
From the Klossman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klossman Law. KlossmanLaw.com.
Crews have moved that disabled vehicle off to the shoulder now. Traffic's getting by a little bit better now on Florida's Turnpike southbound, approaching that Consulate Drive exit there. You might run into some congestion on I-4 heading through the city and delays on I-4 through that amusement park area. Other than that, it's pretty mellow on most of the major roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline instant oil change.
We roll on, friends. We soldier on, we roll on.
77 from the traffic center in James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
Again! Friends, over on Facebook and YouTube, I posted a video yesterday, short video as per usual, about the things that we know and don't know about the ICE shooter and the motives there. Great response on Facebook. YouTube didn't take off, but maybe it shall moving forward. If not, we adjust, and I keep going at it. But thank you to the people who are kind about those. I appreciate it more than you would know. We're moving on.
Head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it. And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans.
Steven says, hey, I'm from upstate New York. I want to hear someone not from here mimic what you say is our accent. Have I done an upstate New York accent? If I have, Steven, I apologize, because I do not have very many good accents at all, but certainly not an upstate New York one. I've spent a lot of time in New York and throughout New York, but I don't have a good accent for it. Sean, I saw that video on YouTube. It was awesome. Thank you, Maniac. Sean was posting late last night. I told him to stop and spend time with his girl. No, I wasn't. No, I posted the video at the end of my day, which was 7 o'clock, which is normal. That's when I'm done with everything. And Courtney was out with a friend grabbing a drink. So it made it like the only person I was letting down was Lady the dog. To keep myself occupied, I was better off working on a video. And we hung out afterwards. I watched the video, I like it. Thank you, Godspeed, appreciate it. Sounds like Steven needs to leave a dispatch so we can hear it ourselves. That would be nice. I would love to hear from him. It's rotten, Chester? That's brutal.
It's hurricane season, and if you were stuck without power last year, there has never been a better time to buy solar with a battery SolarSource.com/monsters. 40 years in the business, over 60,000 homes served. This is a great company. It's SolarSource.com/monsters. Get that battery backup system and save some money by telling them you know Russ at SolarSource.com/monsters.
Sunset Walk presents the Best of Challenge Chili Edition, Saturday, October 4th.
Can I tell you on a very normal level, like dumb threats, unhinged people, all of those kind of things, bullshit drama aside, one of the frustrating things for me right now, and I'm sure this has happened to you as well, if I talk to somebody about something, let's say we're talking about the ICE shooter in Dallas, Texas, okay? We're talking about that story. Somebody will go, I don't believe he was actually targeting ICE. And you say, okay, why? Well, because why would he shoot the illegal immigrants if he was targeting ICE? And you say, oh, okay, interesting. I see why you're thinking that. Well, actually, he was spraying bullets all over the place. He shot about 20 rounds. And he first shot at the building, shot through the window, was aiming at various stuff. Then he saw a white van. He thought that van, obviously, was loaded up with ICE agents, so he started firing at that white van. But the white van was full of these people who were at the facility because they were rounded up in immigrant raids. And he unwittingly shot the people that he was trying to fight for. And if you do this stuff, if you unspurl these people's bullshit, they just go to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. It's reminiscent of 9/11 where you're like, well, actually this happened. And they go, okay, maybe, but what about this? And then you explain that and they go, okay, maybe, but what about this? Okay, maybe, but what about this? And you're like, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm blowing apart your narrative and your confidence level is not dropping at all. It doesn't make any sense. Get it together. Let's go. Okay, how much time do we have? 90 seconds. By the way, somebody had asked about the roast and said, can I wear a mask? If you have something that you're putting on and you can quickly take it off, you're okay. It has to be something you could maybe it's a mask you hold up or something, but you can't have your full face painted in a way where they can't verify your ID. That's it. So what's the answer? What steps are going to stop this from happening? I hate to say this, but I think the terrible truth is there aren't really many things that we can do that will stop some of this stuff. The last two people had, from what I can tell, bolt action rifles. Unless you want to just get every gun out there, which is impossible, you're not going to get rid of that. There's just a lot of deep-seated issues here. The only thing we can manage is the viralness, the social contagion of it. But how are we going to rope everybody in on that? It just ain't going to happen.
Just here to try to give you an NFL perspective a little bit different.
Did you see the Colts pretzel? That was my other big takeaway from that game.
What was that? Oh my. We think NFL coverage should be informative and entertaining. And twice a week, that is exactly what you're going to get. Open up your free iHeartRadio app, search NFL Cover Zero with Matt Jones and Drew Franklin, and listen now.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Radio. 104.1.
Because therapy's expensive, and we have microphones. This is the
Honest to God, couldn't be more happy that you're here right now. If you miss any of the show, don't forget you can get the podcast, and it's absolutely free. All the links you might need, including iHeartRadio, available on thenewsjunkie.com. I'm going to talk about this woman who they said was a former student who is in trouble for something she posted online in just a moment. But real quick, Ryan Ruth, that's the guy, I hate saying these people's names all the time, but that's the guy who tried to kill Trump from the bushes of the golf course. Correct. He was the one who was like hiding out in the golf course, and they ended up seeing him. Depending on what you read, it looks like it was a pretty close call. Like the Secret Service agent happened to look at the person and see them in there, and then they saw that they had a gun pointed at them. And then he tried to defend himself in court. It did not work for him. He was found guilty quite quickly by a jury of his peers, excuse me. I'm looking at the word appeal as I say this. By a jury of his peers, and he will be spending quite some time behind bars. But his daughter has been coming out, and his daughter has been defending him. Which, I mean, I guess that shouldn't be the most shocking thing in the world. But it makes me very interested in the poor families, in many cases, of people who do these kind of things. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you guys saw this yesterday. So the story we were covering with the ICE shooting in Dallas, the moment that person's name was released, they found their sister, their mother, their brother, extended family. And imagine you went to bed the night before this and you posted like a bunch of innocuous things on social media. The next day, those things are looked at with like a microscope and really magnified.
Back years in the archive.
What did you like? What did you respond to? What were the people you followed all about? Everything. And I think, and some of you may disagree with this, that's fine. But I think in a lot of these cases, the family is probably just as shocked as everybody else is. Like, I don't think this kid's family knew that he was going to shoot up an ICE facility. There's nothing to suggest that at all. But their day goes into this crazy direction where everything is then on display. And Ryan Ruth, the guy who tried to kill Trump, his daughter has been thrust into this as well. And she's saying she hasn't been able to speak with her father. I guess she's trying to mount like some sort of defense for him and an appeal. And she's defending her dad. Let's see. Let me get the story going so we can see exactly what she says here. But it's so interesting in many ways that these family members go from 0 to 1,000. They just get thrust. Here's their social media in everybody's face.
We still haven't heard from I think it was the mother of that school shooter who shot up the church school. Mm-hmm. 'Cause wasn't she the one that like lawyered up really quick and shut her mouth?
Yeah, she was the one in Florida, right? Yeah. I remember that. Because everybody did the same thing. They just pop up and they're like, well, your relative did this. And there's a level of American discourse. It's a low level, but there's a level of American discourse where if your family member did something, you are automatically a bad person. And I don't agree with that.
No.
I don't think that's the case. I think probably all three of us have somebody that we know or somebody that we're close enough to that if they did something, we'd be like, hey, that's not me. That I didn't do this. Why am I on display here right now? So it must be just a very, very weird, hard to understand thing. But this is the daughter of the guy that was in the bushes. Let's see what she says.
Spoken with her father since his conviction and the apparent attempted suicide in the courtroom. Tonight, her plea for help.
He's my best friend.
Yeah. Through tears, Ryan Ruth's daughter, Sarah, laments over her father's conviction.
Damn.
I don't think the truth has been out there.
What is the truth?
The truth is my dad does not deserve this. I know he was just trying to just get the point across that it wasn't, Trump was not the right person to be elected.
Okay.
That's a hell of a way to get that point across.
Not a good way at all. No, what?
Like, if somebody posts on Facebook, geez, guys, I got to tell you, I'm not really happy with all the decisions the administration is making right now. I'd go, that person seems like they think that this person is not the right person for the job.
But then that person's like, there's only 2 likes on this post. So I guess the next step would obviously have to be an attempted assassination.
The thing that hits me is he got a gun. he had ballistics shields. He had all the bullets. He was hiding in the bushes by the golf course. He was waiting until Trump came around one more hole, and then he was going to blast him and try to kill at the time, candidate to be president of the United States of America, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, he really just thought that he wasn't the right guy for the job. And I don't know. I get that it's your dad, and you probably love your dad almost no matter what. But I don't know if that's a good
But you didn't see
argument.
any sort of switch in his mentality. Like, that is something that I would expect in this interview.
Mm-hmm.
But that line I did not. Not in a million years. What I think she was going to say is he was just trying to get a point across.
I always look at these things and I go, why don't people just take the easy route, the easy win, like the way to the same outcome that makes more sense? I'll give you an example. So for the Dallas ICE shooter, if you're somebody who's like, well, I don't want this to be tied to left-wing rhetoric, and I think that's bad. I think you can't blame Democrats for this guy shooting at these ICE people. Say this guy was clearly deranged. And I think that his obsession with nuclear fallout is evidence of that. And clearly there's more going on here that maybe we shouldn't just boil this down to one particular party. But people can't do that. They have to instead say, well, clearly the sheriff's office that responded, the police that responded, and the FBI planted bullets there. And then when they planted the bullets, they didn't write abolish ICE, which would have been less questionable. They wrote anti-ICE, which would be questioned afterwards. Makes no logical sense why they wouldn't put a more on-the-nose a slogan on the bullets, but fine, whatever. Everything has to be like a grand conspiracy instead of saying like, here's the easy route out. I don't think we're responsible because of this. She should be like, look, my father took the wrong route and he did something very, very dumb. I'm only thankful that no one was actually harmed in this and that he was apprehended. But I think he deserves a second chance in life, and maybe we can be easy on this guy and learn from this, or something like that would be more sensible.
Very important words in the middle there that you said. Second chance in life. If you just leave it at second chance,
shooting,
things are going to go a different way for you.
Second chance at getting his point across, according to this family.
Yeah, I think it's a weird defense, but it's impossible for me to put myself in this lady's shoes.
On Tuesday, Ryan Ruth was convicted on 5 federal counts, including attempting to assassinate then-candidate Donald Trump, even trying to stab himself in the neck with a pen when his conviction was read. Ruth opted to represent himself in court. I asked his daughter why.
We're not rich. We don't have funds. We don't have the means to hire a private attorney. He felt like he was backed against the wall, and he felt like he was the only one that could get his message across.
And though her father has been convicted.
Man, this is kind of tough because I have to keep reminding myself it's her dad, it's her dad, it's her dad, it's her dad, it's her dad.
But I'm getting now a vibe like this has been the dinner table of discussion in this household or something along those lines for many years.
Yeah.
Because if my father had committed something like this, or his attempt in committing a horrible crime, I would say something's up with my dad. This is not any sort of attitude or mentality he's had up until the last couple years. But this, I'm getting another vibe here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that would be a defense that you would go, oh, okay, I see. This person is saying, like, hey, guys, if you're looking at this person, please don't view this as the entirety of who my father is. My father is much more than this, and something has happened here, and we need to get down to what happened. That makes more sense. But it must be very tempting, I guess, when it's somebody that you really love and care about, that you would fight for them afterwards. Like, if Courtney killed somebody, I would still fight for her afterwards. I would still defend her.
Would you tell the press that she was just trying to get her point across?
I don't know. It depends on what she did. If it might, it could be about a person.
If you showed up to the show tomorrow with a black eye, would you go, Courtney was just trying to get her point across?
The point has been crossed.
Honestly, in that case, it would make sense. Yeah, I would. If I had a black eye, she's punched me for a reason. I've said something that has definitely led to that moment. Hopefully, none of that happens, but we'll see. When we come back, we'll get into this person arrested for posting something about a school on social media. That will lead jury duty, but there's much more within it. So do not miss out on this because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
There's college football coming up tomorrow night when 8th-ranked Florida State visits Virginia. Seminole quarterback Tommy Castellanos listed as probable for the game. Meanwhile, another practice day for UCF. They open Big 12 play Saturday at Kansas State. NFL news.
Hey, folks. Jury duty coming up next.
Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz.
I gotta make sure that I have a song lined up for today.
Part of your week was your haircut. It doesn't have to be a chore. It's the moment where you reset, you recharge, you walk out sharp. I want you to take some time this weekend.
Rachel, with the steaming hot, spicy take of I don't want anyone to be assassinated. Thank you, Rachel. Some sane individuals still exist. Also, there's various groups of people who seem less inclined to be able to make that simple statement, right? There's various groups of people, activist types, who are like, no, I'm okay with it. And that is insane. Play shots by LMFAO? Ooh. I strongly dislike our president as a human being, but I don't believe he should be assassinated. Rachel, the important thing is this. The way that you feel about this is the way that the vast majority of Americans feel about this. But it doesn't get a lot of attention because it's just like sort of the default opinion. Unfortunately, those 10% fringes are getting more and more radicalized, and they don't agree with you and I. They don't agree with that very same thing. But I think that what you're saying is still the commonly held position. Thank God. Sly and the Family Stone? Okay, we did bring that up. But what song does Sly and the Family Stone have that would be good? Because I kind of like that. Erica says, I can't stand the word empathy, actually. I think empathy is a made-up New Age term and does a lot of damage. The problem with empathy is, how do I explain this? People think that you need empathy because they find that to be the only way of saying, put yourself in someone else's shoes. But it's not. Empathy can be bad because empathy can lead to bad decisions. Compassion is a perfect replacement for all of these things. Compassion has no implications with it at all, other than you have compassion for the other person. You don't have to put yourself in their shoes. You don't have to imagine yourself going through what they're going through necessarily. You just have to care. You have to have a heart and compassion for it. But in the war over language, we've changed the meaning of everything drastically that we debate over, and we've replaced words with other words and then suggested they're the only replacement. Gender with sex with gender, etc., etc. But compassion is a perfectly fine word. Charlie Kirkhoff has said he didn't believe in empathy. I mean, there's a lot of people who say this. I'm sure there's a lot of people who say this. I think it's because empathy seems to be a trait that's like weaponized by people who are left of center. And it's empathy with sort of a political tinge to it. I think compassion is just a better word. People saying that's a Charlie Kirk quote. That's not where I got it from. I literally have a book about empathy. I don't read it to get it. Here, let me show you.
Discover is accepted in 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 news report. You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as peers offer the same basic service? Think it might
I read this not too long ago. You can see it's in my cart, just in case you think I'm bullshitting. It was a decent book. I wouldn't say it was good, but this is a book I read about a year ago or so, I think. Wait, I don't know if it says when. About a year ago, called Against Empathy. It says The Case for Rational Compassion by Paul Bloom. I read that book because he has a book called Just Babies, which is about where we learn things and nature and nurture, which I thought was really interesting. And this book wasn't as good. There were some good points about empathy and like political conversations, but yeah, that's where I got that from.
3 people in America will die of heart disease, and in some of those cases, the very first symptom you get is sudden death. So don't play around with that. Get over to Life Imaging FLA, get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value.
Okay, folks, we're coming back right now. Jury duty.
Over to Life Imaging FLA, get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection saves lives. So do what I did, what my wife did, what my in-laws have done. Make this call today to Life Imaging FLA and reassure yourself that you're in great shape. And it couldn't be easier. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Then you can take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
And some interesting stories, updates on the way. James Comey, former head of the FBI, will he be charged this week? And a student, a former student, they say, is in big trouble. What did they type online? All that coming up in a moment. Real quick, I wanted to mention this on air because we have been talking about this for a bit. Jimmy Kimmel Live, the return, brought in 6.2 million viewers.
Damn.
Those are the numbers on that. Somebody asked if that was the biggest in his show's history. I don't know. It's probably up there. Maybe he had like a mega super interview at some point in time, and that really spiked things or something, but he doesn't usually get anywhere even remotely close to 6.2 million. So, and that's especially interesting because you still got those 25% of affiliates that were not carrying the show. So, you know, like that's a quarter of your audience over the airwaves that you're not able to get to. So
I would love to see, though, if that number dropped at all after the monologue. If they just tuned in for that. Yeah, we go into social media analytics, you could see like how many minutes or seconds people stay on. Did that many watch the entire episode? Monologue was a lot longer than usual, too.
Yeah. What we say is 20-something minutes? It was
Yeah.
like 20 minutes of him chatting. And that's got over 20 million on YouTube, which is definitely higher than he normally performs because there was a lot of people talking about it. But you got to wonder how long it lasts. You know, like even Jimmy Kimmel, I guess, made fun of that last night, his second night back. He said after the return show, he got texts from all of these friends mentioning stuff that he said in his monologue and like, you know, saying nice things about what his message was. And he goes, I realized that none of those people have listened to any of the other monologues that I've done. He's like, well, they never text me otherwise. All of a sudden now they're texting me about this. So 6.2 million people tuning in to that broadcast.
What will Nexstar do? What will Sinclair do? I have no idea. I don't know what's going on over there, but we'll surely find out at some point. Right now, let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO. Here's the deal. If you're in an accident, there's a lot of attorneys out there. You see them all the time. But I'm going to tell you, I'm steering you right here. This is the attorney. This is the law firm that's going to take care of you, put your case on the fast track to the judgment that you're looking for. And they battle the insurance companies all the time. So trust them. 800-CALL-MO or just callmo.com.
You called it. It said it was his highest rated show in over a decade since he interviewed President Barack Obama in 2015.
Damn.
2015 was before re-election or something?
10 years ago.
Possibly.
It's like, it feels like that would be in the middle of some big moment for
2014?
Yeah, I think that's what he said, right?
This says 2015.
Yeah, no, that would have been before Trump and Hillary.
Yeah. So it was at, like, obviously a pivotal time where everybody tunes in for that stuff. But generally, he was getting around 1 million on his show. And that's a big boost. That's good for them over at ABC for now, at least. But it won't last long. Now let's hear from, is this Grady Judd? Yeah, it is. Grady Judd, the famed TV sheriff. He is talking about that open carry law change that actually, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but takes effect today.
Oh, I thought it was already in effect. I thought they had already told some of the police departments, like, this is a thing now.
The story I saw says it starts September 25th. So that would be right now.
So I can just have my gun and a holster exposed.
Good question. Let's see what he says. Here
I've spoken with the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House, the Chief of Staff for the Governor, and explained, look, we need to address through the legislative process tightening up the rules. It will be them doing open carry law, but we need to cover the corners. So in the meantime, we're left with a law that can be misinterpreted easily.
That's not good.
So what I'm telling folks, to be safe, understand this. Go back to your concealed carry rules. Go back to your open carry rules about places you cannot carry a firearm. Yes, effective September 25th, you can carry an open firearm. But there are places that you still are restricted. And even the appellate court opinion says, yes, there are going to be restricted areas, such as courthouses.
Schools and stuff?
Such as when governments are meeting. So I'm telling folks, as a blanket, just stay away from schools. That's clearly illegal with a firearm. Stay out of government buildings, federal, state, and local, just to be safe.
So it seems like a lot of law enforcement is kind of worried about people misinterpreting what this means and running hog wild.
It's a valid concern, I would say.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't know exactly what it meant. I didn't know what this meant for everybody. I support the Second Amendment. I want everybody to be able to safely operate their guns. I want those people to secure their guns. I want those people to make sure their guns aren't falling in the hands of some criminal or some wayward kid who's going to do something bad with them. But I want you to have your guns. I think you should be able to have your guns to defend yourself and for whatever else you want your guns for. But personally, I'm not a major fan of the whole like open carry and its execution with the person usually with like a semi-automatic slung over their shoulder
at
walking
Walmart
down the street. Yeah, like I don't know what good that does for anybody. I think it's just like always
the peace, man. It makes everyone around you nervous. Unless you are a security guard, law enforcement, anyone that you see doing that, what are you automatically going to think? Especially within the last 5 years and all the gun violence we've seen.
And maybe more importantly, what is a little kid going to think? I know a lot of people respond to this and are like, well, Sean, you just got to tell your kids that guns are safe. Come on, man. You got a gun that these kids have seen in movies doing bad stuff and on television, and you could tell me that I'm supposed to educate my kid on this. But how about there's just really not a need for that? And I think most people who are Second Amendment supporters I feel like they agree with that. I feel like they think the flashiness of the let me just show you I can do this because it's legal now is not good.
It seems performative.
It is. I think it is.
Extremely performative.
Yeah. I think it is.
You get, do we know? Because I know at least with concealed permit rules or just gun rules in general, you still can't bring a gun to a bar, right?
Bar, bank, school.
Yeah. Is that true? Okay. So
I don't think
knew
open
the school
carry.
thing.
I mean, you're not supposed to at a bar.
Bar makes sense.
Do we all know someone who has it concealed somewhere? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the flashiness of it, I do not see anyone, especially with security guards, allowing someone to walk in.
I'm okay with all these limitations. Like that
Same.
makes sense to me. I don't want
You're
to
gonna make the bar vibe weird, man.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have even concealed at a bar. I think I think
you're not supposed
the
to.
only person I think that is allowed to have a gun at a bar is the owner of the bar.
Well, and yeah, I mean that makes sense too because they're worried about robberies and things like that. All right, James Comey, former head of the FBI.
Or at least that's what I was told by a bar owner that had a gun on him. So I just
follow that. Yeah, James Comey, former head of the FBI, is he going to be indicted this week? There's a lot of rumors going around like this.
Multiple sources familiar are telling them that former FBI Director James Comey is expected to be indicted within coming days. They say this is a fluid situation, but that is the current expectation, is that an indictment would come out of the Eastern District of Virginia, potentially on allegations of lying to Congress back in 2020.
All right, what this comes from is the idea that he lied, that James Comey, former head of the FBI, lied during 2020 congressional testimony concerning the investigation of Trump's connection to Russian interference in 2016. Why is that important? Well, the thing that they're trying to get James Comey, former head of the FBI, on, the statute of limitations ends next week. So that's why there's like pressure here. And Trump wants this guy and some of these other folks charged. And the other prosecutor, the person who was on the case, they said that they didn't have enough to charge him, so they got fired basically.
What is
for somebody that will.
What is the lie he's alleged to have told?
I don't even know if they have a specific one, C-Lane. I think it just says it's about the testimony from 2020 that was about Russian interference in the 2016 election. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't say like what specific thing he said. And it seems to me like the people who were working on the case against him are saying there wasn't enough. So it's going to be a waste of time. It's like a political thing where you charge somebody. Oh, well, now you're indicted. But does that really matter if you don't ever get the charges to stick? Or is this just what we're doing now? I hope not. I hope a lot of these people are wrong. I got this threat story coming up in just a bit. Plus, 3 billion people can't be wrong, or can't they? And much more in the final hour of the show. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Join Jack Angel and Ray Trenley from TK Law on the Bus. Details at realradio.fm/bus.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's no surprises on the major roadways that'll be affecting your ride at the moment. Just some familiar delays you might get caught up in on the beach line. Westbound before the Greenway, there's some slowdowns. I-4 through the city, traffic starting to pile up, and there's some congestion eastbound between Osceola Parkway and Apopka Vineland Road. There's always some slowdowns on Narcoossee Road near the Greenway. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline in.
Ah! Folks, take a peek.
Take a look around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
On Halloween, we roast.
Really look for it and go, I could have a lot of neighbors that have.
On Halloween, we roast.
That didn't used to be the case years and years ago.
Dig it.
But now you realize more and more of your neighbors are not only saving money, they now have the freedom and peace of mind knowing their home is covered in the event of an outage in a lot of cases.
Bunch of good emails coming in, but I need to get this
on every day. And if you
Today I Learned ready.
The company that calls Solar Installers of Florida, they have been helping homeowners make that switch for 17 years, and you might be surprised at how affordable it can be. They'll work on the financing options with you. Combine that with the current tax credits, you'll start saving right away and keep saving money year after year.
Hang tight.
Their team maintains quality. They handle the install, engineering, and permitting all in-house. No outsourcing, no contractors or any of that. So if you're still wondering if solar is worth it, stop wondering and find out.
Get a free quote today by calling 407-777-5050. Let them know Ceiling from the News Junkie sent you. They'll take $500 off your quote. 407-777-5050 or check them out online. SolarInstallersOfFlorida.com.
It's time to gather the family, including the dog, and join Deb, Jack, and Ross from the Jim Colbert Show for the 3rd annual Suds, Pups, and Pints Celebrity Dog Wash, brought to you by Clausman Law. Saturday, September 27th, Sunset Park in Mount Dora. Yes, this event may be for the dogs, but we have something for everyone. With plenty of family fun, live entertainment, a 40-foot outdoor TV showing college football, and even a Jim Colbert look-alike contest. If you need help with that, just search recent pictures of Billy Joel in a golf shirt. There'll also be a silent auction and not so silent auction that may determine which member of the Jim Colbert Show gets to wash your dog. Plus, Paw Affection Dog Training will be on hand to answer all your dog-related questions. Proceeds benefit
What the hell?
County. This unique, free, family-friendly event runs 3 to 6 p.m. Saturday, September 27th. Get more info at realradio.fm/dogwash.
1 second.
Sunset Park in Mount Dora.
Big down payments. Thousands down. We interviewed the victims. Tell us what happened, ma'am.
Well, I said to myself, South, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into Lance, and Ocala. Every vehicle's just one dime down.
And then?
I ended up at some auto dealer.
Why?
They had a trade payoff event.
Let me guess. You had put $4,000 down.
Yeah, $4,000.
Next time, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right, RC? That's right. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down.
But I still owe thousands on my trade.
It's okay. We accept any trade, even if you still owe thousands. With only one dime down. Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life. Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a
Stand by.
It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
At RC Hill Mitsubishi.
In DeLance and Ocala.
RCHill.com. Dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Look, your body's unique, so why settle for a one-size-fits-all wellness plan? That's where Viome comes in. Viome uses advanced science to analyze your gut biome with a simple at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you, all based on real data from your own body. And you know what? That's science you...
Okay, folks. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, we're back in 3 minutes.
Positive reviews, the most raving fans is International Diamond Center.
IDC is definitely a place that I will come to as long as I live here. This will be my go-to place always.
Literally the best jewelry store in town. You'll make friends for life coming in here. I felt like family from the beginning, and it made it right.
Instagram announcing they have 3 billion active users, which just seems insane to even think about. 3 billion active users. That's such a massive amount of people.
They genuinely care about their customers. It's not just about the sale, it's about the people.
International Diamond Center, the people's choice for selection, quality, value, and service.
Hey, somebody cool sit next to me at the roast. There's an open seat. We've been really trying to sell that particular seat, but there were some questions. It's specifically related to you, Bootsy. People were worried about sitting in that close of a proximity to you. So there's sort of a force field around that one seat at the moment. I don't want to say why, I don't want to call anybody out. Seems rude. But we can ask Mr. Predicto if anybody will purchase the roast seat right next to Bootsy Moonshine. Mr. Predicto, will anybody buy that ticket, or will Bootsy Moonshine be sitting by herself? Here we go.
Definitely yes.
Somebody's going to buy it. Somebody's buying the seat. It's the splash zone. They're calling it the splash zone. Same time, Ryan. All right, we're coming back, folks. We got one more hour. We'll call it the power hour, and then we'll end things off. But there's a lot more ground to cover. Dance to the music.
The toughest offenders, even garlic and onions, because your breath should be as fresh as your food. Go to Zellmans.com, that's ZELMINS.com, and use code RADIO for 15% off your first order. Zellmans.com.
Serving Central Florida since 1959, Eustace Roofing delivers expert care with every roof. Enjoy VIP treatment and get 15% off your new roof this month. Real craftsmen, real experts, real roofers. Schedule your free estimate at eustaceroofing.com. Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
Thanks to you, we're here hanging out on a Thursday. I mean that in a positive way. I don't mean like, thanks to you, we're hanging. I mean, thanks to you, we're here doing the show today. And if you miss any of it, go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Unbelievable numbers coming out. Instagram now saying that they have 3 billion monthly active users on the platform.
I can see that.
That's so crazy. Like, just think about all the people you see, no matter where you go in the United States of America, and that's what, 340 million?
Mm-hmm.
And 10 times that is how many people use Instagram every single month.
Was that just a warehouse of server?
Of those 3 billion, millions, and actually, I would go so far as to say, of those 3 billion Instagram accounts, at least hundreds of millions are probably not real people. They are probably
for sure
bot accounts and spam and AI.
Or a bunch of them. I would say 500,000 of them are run by the parents of pets.
Probably, yeah. There's a lot of them out there filling in that 3 billion monthly active users, which means that they joined Facebook and WhatsApp, crossing the 3 billion user mark earlier this year. I know a lot of people find that to be confusing when they're thinking about social media, and they go, wait, Facebook is still on top? Yes.
Instagram,
it's
Twitter,
huge. 3 billion people on these platforms. It's unbelievable. How many people are in India? Whole of India. Over a billion, I know. 1.4 bill? 1.3 bill? I'm guessing. I don't know.
If we're rounding up, 1.5 bill.
1.5 billion people in India. And if you've never seen, Indian cities are quite packed full of people. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of people out there. And it's all of them twice over every single month. It's just insane numbers to think about. And I watched this movie this past weekend. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie about Bumble.
No.
It's about the woman who created Bumble.
Did she just get in trouble for something?
Yeah, I think she did, actually.
Murder for her? Something.
Well, the movie is about the creation of Bumble, which is so funny because I've been trying to get Courtney to watch The Social Network with me, and I haven't seen that in a while. And I like The Social Network. I
rewatched it pretty recently, actually.
Does it hold up?
Yeah. It was real good.
Watch it. And she said, no, I don't want to watch that. It's for boys.
I totally forgot one of the actors in there that is one of the dudes that's always hanging out with the Winklevoss twins.
Mm-hmm.
The one that wanted to sue. He had a pretty prominent role in Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, I hadn't seen The Social Network since Handmaid's Tale. And I was like, oh, there's Nick. There's that guy.
But I found it weird that Courtney did not want to watch The Social Network. She refused to watch The Social Network, but she wanted to watch this Bumble movie. And I go, wait, the Bumble movie is the same exact thing. It is the same exact thing, except it's about a woman creating some kind of company as opposed to a man.
Wow.
And she was like, she goes, I
it's
don't
like
care.
Ghostbusters all over again.
It is.
Are you talking the documentary or the biopic coming out?
The movie that's out.
Okay. So I'm the headlines are insinuating that the Bumble founder is being exposed. She's trying to shut it down. So I don't know if it puts if it's in the same Social Network kind of vibe, because that didn't really make Mark Zuckerberg look bad. It made
Mark Zuckerberg
Justin
did
Timberlake's
not
character look bad.
Yeah, but Mark Zuckerberg did not dislike the Social Network. I mean,
No.
I'm sorry. He did
he
not
looked
like.
cool in it.
No, he did not like the Social Networking movie. He stayed away from talking about that at all and was upset by it, I think.
I don't know. I read somewhere that he took a bunch of Facebook employees to watch it, and they all had Appletinis because he'd never actually had one before, and that was part of the movie. Yeah.
We got to see it sometime. I would watch it if I was him too. Swiped is the movie. It says inspired by $1 billion story. Lily James is Whitney Wolf. And I will say the woman who played Whitney Wolf, who's the creator of Bumble, if you never heard of Bumble, Bumble is a very popular dating app. She was integral in creating, if the movie's to be believed, in creating Tinder and the explosion of Tinder. And then she got cut out of that. And she said, I'm going to start my own thing, and wanted to start her own company, and then had a second major hit with Bumble. And the movie is like her story of everything. And I'll be honest, just because I like the Social Network, guess what? I like the swipe thing too. I thought it was good. I thought it was enjoyable. I like a movie about people inventing something and getting really lucky and it exploding in popularity. I find that to be interesting. But I guess she's having some trouble now. There's some bad press coming out about her.
Yeah, but it's
Whitney
all
Wolf?
kind of confusing, to be
Is
honest,
that?
as I opened more of the articles. Because now it's like she wants to shut it down. Other places like she's flattered and terrified. So I don't know. It's just hyping up the movie that I'll
Whitney
eventually
Wolf
watch.
Heard is the woman who's the CEO of Bumble.
Yes.
She's co-founder of Tinder and vice president of marketing over there, and incredibly wealthy, successful woman.
The youngest woman to have taken a company public in the United States at age 31.
Damn. And most of what she had for ideas was because working with Tinder, she realized how bad the dating apps were for women and how many women did not like the experience, and how the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, you need women on the dating apps. The guys will follow. You need women on the dating apps. And she was like, what if we did things differently and made one that thought about women first? And like ladies' night at a club or something. And just a simple idea, but really panned out for her. I'm pretty sure she's a billionaire now. And
she became the world's youngest female billionaire when she took it public.
Nice.
Whew, must be nice. I don't know how many they have, how many users. But the reason I brought this up was because they're talking about 3 billion monthly active users for Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp. In these movies, the thing that's always been the crazy moment was they're all sitting there watching a counter as they get to 1 million users. And they're like, oh, here we go. And then you go, instant barbarians when it clicks 1 million users. And that is kind of just the beginning for any of these companies. That's how big this stuff has gotten.
I'm still working on buying the large screen to show the counter for when the News Junkie app reaches 1 million users.
I don't think you need that many digits. I think you can keep that. You just knock one digit off of that. You'll be just fine. on that. But it's
I'm
fun.
still
I'm
going to
sure.
go A-Best, though, and just crush White Claws into my forehead.
All right, yeah. It's a long journey, but here we are.
I'm gonna stone cold them. You know, it looks
smash them together.
Just smash them together. Ah!
I did like that.
Don't
song.
sticky after.
I thought her story was pretty good. Let's go over to CNN and tell me if you think this is true. A moment on CNN that's getting some attention on social media. Speaking of social media, tell me if you think this person's right and this is true.
This happens amidst this discussion about whether late night comedians are too mean.
Why, you think he's trying to compete with Kimmel? Is that his gag today?
It's very gag oriented.
It is. It shows me it's an administration of trolls.
Just for the record, talking about whether late night comedians are too mean is the lamest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's late night.
Too mean should not be the standard. It should not be like, oh, they're being mean. Like, who cares? The question would be like, do you think they're being too political? Do you think they're being too one-sided? Do you think they're being this or that? But too mean, who cares? I literally wouldn't care about that at all. I think mean jokes are kind of more funny.
Trolls, led by trolls, because we're a nation of trolls now. We're dunking on each other all the time.
That's true.
It's getting a little stale.
We're a nation of trolls, he says. We're a nation of trolls. He's not wrong. He's not wrong about that. There's a lot more trolling going on. Like, C-Lane can't post something on his Facebook page, go to sleep and wake up, without there being at least some level of trolling going on in the comments on that post. It's just unavoidable stuff.
Well, the troll comments were the ones that were more fun. It was the ones where people were
Still don't get it. There's a lot of people who have no idea what trolling is and when they're being trolled, and they're most susceptible to the trolling.
No, that's embarrassing too. Yeah, it happens like virtually every day.
You all should know by now what it is.
Yeah, so he says we are a nation of trolls. That's Terry Moran. He used to work for ABC News. And he says it's an administration of trolls, led by trolls. And if you're getting uptight about that, I don't think that's far off. And I think a lot of if you look at the main accounts for the U.S. government, like X and Twitter accounts for Department of Homeland Security, ICE, State Department, whatever, they post memes now. Sabrina was just talking about this, actually. They're posting like Pokemon Gotta Catch 'Em All about catching the illegal immigrants in the country. That's literally trolling and being, a meme lord.
Well, I don't know that this was necessarily trolling, but now that you've brought up the memes thing, it reminded me of, I watched the John Oliver episode last week tonight that dealt with the whole Kimmel thing and Brendan Carr's comments on the podcast. And I guess
the FCC guy,
I guess some people like texted Brendan Carr and asked him like, "Hey, what do you think now that you hear that ABC is silencing Kimmel, suspending him?" And he texted back the Office meme of Dwight and Michael raising the roof.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, this
and it was the only part of the John Oliver show that triggered me, because they were like, "Think of your whitest friend who would send Office memes, Office gifs," and I was like, okay. He goes,
same.
You don't really like that guy, do you? And I'm like, whoa.
Felt targeted too. Then he sent another meme too, didn't he? There was one more that they mentioned.
Yeah,
like, people were asking for quotes, and the federal government is responding with memes. Is the point? So, I mean, I think love it or hate it, that is kind of trolling, and that's what we have going on. I thought the best part of that John Oliver monologue, which I thought was decent, was him pointing out the hypocrisy and showing people like the head of the FCC saying, like a year ago, we don't want the FCC to be in this business.
Right.
We don't want these people to be policing content, which the problem is here, both sides have been right at least once, right? Mm-hmm. Both sides have been right at least once, but not at the same time.
Yeah, and it's who says it when.
I need them to be right at the same time. I need both sides to be right at the same time and say, like, okay, now we're going to not focus on policing people's words and going after this stuff. Now we're going to change things here.
Imagine everyone just gets a small dose of MDMA. And I think we'll have that moment where clarity, everyone's getting along with each other, we're high-fiving and hugging, and we might see some peace amongst everybody, both sides. I mean, that would be fun. It might go away immediately when everyone comes down.
But it'll last at least a little while.
But you both said the same things. Come on.
We'll have like an anti-purge. Where everybody's cool for the day.
Yeah, man.
The other meme that was Jack Nicholson, one of the deranged faces from the whatever Jack Nicholson movie it was.
Oh, that's what it was.
And that one was on Twitter.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's just what's happening. Everybody's trolling each other. Everything's about scoring points and stuff. Over to this woman who has been arrested. Let me bring up her story here because I teased this earlier. She's a former student, they said. The story from News 6 says the following. I was so effing close. Former student arrested after mass shooting threat at Central Florida school. Now, former student, former is key. The woman in question here is 30 years old. She's now 30 years old. She's the lady who is in trouble for some threats here.
She looks like she's doing good.
She looks like she's having a rough day.
She looks like she's got it all together. Sure, everything was...
all I did was say I wanted to kill everybody.
Fine.
What's happening here? A 30-year-old woman was taken into custody.
Trying to get
after
a point across?
A threatening Facebook post was discovered. In an affidavit, police said the post was made around 6 a.m. So that's either up early or up real late. And at 6 a.m., she said, I was so effing close to shooting up insert school here. The account that posted the threat was later tracked to this woman, Oksana Deputat, 30. They said she was a former student of the academy. OPD officials said they were dispatched to the campus. Not sure if this was turned in on that threat portal that we talked about or somewhere else, but they said they went there and they were unable to find her. She also said, I get off to daydreams of mass murder.
Oh, right. There you go. Good luck. Does she have
Red
Bumble
Flag
profile?
City. Oh, that seems real aggressive. Further investigation revealed two additional alarming posts on her social media account. She was arrested and faces charges of a written threat to conduct a shooting. And they said the safety of our schools is a top priority, which of course it is. Man. So there's a lot of people out there that I feel like you're not happy, man. You're not happy. What's going on with you?
You're
Please.
not happy, man. You're an old fart.
Yeah, get it together.
Fart.
You're just not happy, and you really, really should be.
I looked up her name on Facebook, and in Marion mugshots, it says, she's back again. Can you guess what she allegedly did this time?
Oh.
So she's a little bit of a repeat offender.
What was the other issue?
I have not.
Hang tight. See if you can find that out, C-Lane.
Okay.
And
Does her
we'll
face
circle
look
back on
much
this
different from the first mugshot?
She still looks like she's not doing great. And then also, if this is actually her account, I mean, it's a pretty rare name, so I'm gonna go with it. Could be hers. She also posted yesterday at 5 a.m. Autism is a choice, not a flaw or a mistake. A blanking choice.
A choice? Thank you. Who's making the choice?
Obviously, the autistic.
So if I see somebody who's autistic, they've just decided to be autistic.
That's it.
Yeah, just like
That's
the gays.
out there. That is, I'm gonna hard disagree on that one. Speaking of that, we'll talk about words when we come back, and it'll make sense because new words are rolling into Merriam-Webster, the dictionary, and we always like to stay on top of those so we're not falling behind and getting nerdy. We'll see what's new in just a bit. Plus, the peeing is still happening on social media. The pee pranks are still going on. They thought they'd be done by now, but they certainly aren't. And we got some clips from Trump. We got a lot of stuff in a grab bag segment when we come back. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
You might get caught up in some slowdowns on your ride on the major roadways here on I-4. There's congestion heading through the city between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. Traffic's starting to slow down there. There's some scattered showers heading through the area, so expect some rainy conditions throughout your drive here. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
Folks, you as a homeowner have a lot of stuff to stress out about, but I want to put you at ease because there's a very, very true thing that I'm about to say that should make you feel better about your situation and the impending doom. There are still companies doing things the right way. I know it's hard to see in 2025, but there are companies like Mills Air who are out there doing the decent thing, not trying to rip you off, doing right by you, trying to get your AC back up and running if you're a homeowner with some problems. And that's why they're the best of the best of the best. Really do love the folks at Mills Air. They can service any brand of AC. It doesn't matter what kind you have. And they're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. That means if you go with Mills Air, you could save thousands of dollars in some cases. Well, up to $1,275 at least off of these new Carrier units. And those can save you huge on your power bill. It's fantastic all the way around. Trust Mills Air to get your AC fixed. 407-277-1159. Or you can find them online at millsair.com.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu.
Beginning October 2nd.
Jelly Roll! Hi, this is Ed Sheeran. LL Cool J! Brian Adams.
Make some noise for Tate McRae.
Hey, I'm Sammy Hagar.
Mariah Carey.
We have Room 5. Good evening. Glorilla! Hey, this is John Fogerty.
Tim McGraw.
And so much more.
See it all at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. Streaming only on Hulu. Beginning October 2nd.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Look, your body's unique, so why settle for a one-size-fits-all wellness plan? That's where Viome comes in. Viome uses advanced science to analyze your gut biome with a simple at-home test, so you know exactly what foods and supplements are right for you, all based on real data from your own body. And
Hey, the penultimate school mic segment. I hope you're doing well. Secret shows tonight, live in this studio. Normal-ish time. I would say probably 7:45-ish. All right? 7:45-ish. 7:30 to 7:45, but probably 7:45-ish. We're going to be doing the latest secret show right here, streaming live on the Discord. Links for the Discord on thenewsjunkie.com. Do you think the War of the Worlds broadcast was the biggest troll and the best? It was a troll that could never be replicated in 2025. No longer. Folks who are on YouTube, love YouTube, love you over on YouTube. One fun little tidbit for you. sometimes on Twitch, if you jump ship and go to Twitch at the end of the show, they raid another channel after the show, which is kind of fun. It's kind of fun because you're all like sitting there watching the stream. You're all sitting there chatting with each other, and then you get launched into somebody else's stream. You never know what it's going to be, and then you're like a mosh pit as you spill into chat. It's a good time. Twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. He's lying, YouTube. Don't come over here. I'm not lying. I do have a mild problem, though. I have to pee. Sean, you should do the Dukes commercial? Oh, God. Please no. 90 seconds. Some of the new words they have added to the dictionary this year are like 5 years old. It's a little embarrassing. It's like a boomer update. Run to the bathroom? You got time? I don't. I can't make it happen that fast. Oh, it's close. I can't make it happen that fast. I only have 1 minute and 22 seconds. 1 minute now. I gotta go really bad though. I'm gonna have to go during the next break when I pick up my Today Alert. That means I'm gonna have to make this segment go by very fast because now I feel a little bit like I'm gonna pee in my pants. That ain't great.
Hassle-free process and 4 easy steps. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613. Hassle-free process and 4 easy steps. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Go get it! The new season of the NFL lives on iHeartRadio.
It's blocked! It's scooped up by Will McDonald! That's a jet touchdown!
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown Tampa Bay!
Plus, fantasy advice and expert analysis with the official NFL Podcast Network.
A strip sack, a wide recovery.
Everything you love about football is on the iHeartRadio app.
Throws to the end zone. Caught, Keenan, touchdown! Chargers!
Search NFL to dive in.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Got something to say? Tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Also get to get some dispatches here in just a minute. Somebody's saying over on chat that Sean doesn't drink enough water. He doesn't have to pee during the show. I have to pee so bad right now. It's never been this bad during the show. And when I realized that, I looked down and there was 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the break. And I said, I literally don't think I can make that happen.
You think your pee is going to be longer than 1 minute?
Well, I just think the process of like getting there and then shutting the door and then starting and then
you don't have to shut the door.
Yeah. Well, I guess I really don't have to, but I don't know. I just generally do. And then I have to pee. What happens if it's like a league of their own where it goes on for a while?
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Yes. I don't want to be back.
Considering the angles of the cameras, though, you could just pee right down and no one would know.
Oh, I can't do that. No. See, this sounds like the Instagram trend or the TikTok trend all of a sudden, where the people are peeing all over the place in public. I don't want to be that.
Here at HQ, from this room to the bathroom and back, usually, if it's an emergency and there's 2 minutes left in the break, I'll probably go.
Minute 20?
Huh?
And then
a minute 20?
Minute 20 at your house? Yeah, for sure.
Like, I know there's no shot Sabrina's going to be able to pee in a minute 20. There's too much.
Oh, I could, but I wouldn't wash my hands. I would have to just use the hand sanitizer here.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just going to be real with you.
Yeah, I don't think that's that bad. I don't think that's that
Your
bad.
hands are still sanitized.
They're sanitized, and I use enough toilet paper that nothing's really touching my hands. But yeah, if I needed to, I would do it in 120, no problem.
That's fast. Both of you
I
guys.
can do it right now. Actually, all this talk about pee makes me feel like I have to pee right now.
I have a lot of pressure building.
I had to pee a little bit before you started this segment.
Why? All three of us go pee right now.
And then all of a
See what
sudden,
happens.
I was like, man, I have to go a little bit, but what time is it? I think we'll be good. And then you started going, I have to really pee so bad. Let's talk about pee this whole time.
Oh, boy, I can't wait until next week's call with Jack where we can talk about how we all left during a segment and all went to pee.
It would just be the funniest thing to see on the stream, which is empty chairs. And then we all run back at the same time.
Let's talk about this woman, Oksana Sofia Deputat, 30 years old. She's the one who posted those threats where she just went fully unhinged online and was talking about like shooting a school up or something. She said, I was so effing close to shooting up this blank academy. And then when they looked her up, there was more posts and it said, she said, I get off to daydreams of mass murder, which is, dude, even if you're like, even if you're trolling or something, that doesn't even seem like trolling. That just seems like very, very dark stuff. But C-Lane found something else on her. What was the other thing she had gotten in trouble for? This woman?
I found a lot of weird Facebook posts. She posts a lot.
Unhinged.
Says, you caught up to me, welcome back, try to keep up, please, blah, blah, blah. And she posted, she posts pictures of her posts that get removed. So she screenshots where it says,
she loves the attention.
we removed your post. And September 16th, my temper goes from 0 with an E at the end to effing mass murder. And I have said multiple times that I wish that a man would either put his hands and then because they kind of dot it out.
Yeah, right.
We've added restrictions. You can't join our calls. You can't use groups. 3 posts removed for violence and incitement, March, April, September.
She's mad. She's angry.
I mean, that's just
She's an
Facebook. She
angry
must have
person.
another platform that she's going.
She calls herself an influencer at some point, Sabrina. But on the Facebook, at the top of her profile where it summarizes her different social accounts, she's got 5,500 followers on Instagram, but only 73 on TikTok.
All right. She's not building a following over there, it seems. But I mean, I told you guys about the Indian dude who was so mad at me for a video not that long ago. And I think a lot of these people are like him, where he posted and he started messaging me and it was like bloop, 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 messages coming in one after another, like F you, I'm gonna find you, but all of these things. And
I don't remember this.
I talked about it not long ago. It was after the semi-truck story, the viral semi-truck story with the Indian driver. And then I, as his messages were coming in, I was like, damn, this guy's fully unhinged. So I blocked him, and then I blocked any future profiles he would create. And the moment I blocked him, I go, whew, oh, it's like things quieted down. And then he pops back, and he's like, I got more accounts. And I'm like, whoa.
Nice try.
And he starts just hitting me again, and I block again. And I was waiting for another round, but I haven't seen it. Or it's in there. There's just so many messages that come in on Facebook. I see like 1% or a fraction of a percent of them. Anyhow, let's see what we got here. We got a little bit of time before we wrap it up, and I do definitely have to pee. They said that a video phone call caught the sounds of that Dallas ICE facility sniper shooting. Well, let's see what we can get here. Here's Channel 10. Is that it?
And now to a sniper shooting in Dallas, Texas was heard on video phone call. A woman was in her car outside the ICE detention center when those shots were fired.
This is a look at some of the damage that was done. A window and a framed American flag now broken from bullet holes. The gunman reportedly killing a detainee and seriously injuring 2 others.
And now the FBI is investigating the shooting as a, quote, an act of targeted violence.
All right, that was it at the beginning, I think. You could just hear the gunshots barely. Yeah, that's it. You could hear it during this person's video call for whatever they were doing.
Huh.
Thankfully, they seem to be okay,
Do we know
considering.
the detainee that died?
The good news is...
Sucks.
The good news is they changed that from 2 dead detainees to 1. One of the people was not dead. So the fatalities went down to 1.
The top care he could get.
I don't know. Well, I heard yesterday that one of them is a Mexican national, and Mexico is already in communication with the United States to look in on this person to make sure they're okay, whatever. But, yeah, they were very, very much wrong about the total number. Only 1 person is dead so far, And there's somebody else who's still in really rough condition. But that death toll going down is always going to be a good thing, in my opinion. We're going to have to hold some of these other ones because pee break time. Yeah, it is. Let's do this thing. Here we go. We're going to do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekend.
Reach the upper 80s and low.
Hey, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us today. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride. It really has. There were highs and there were lows, as per usual. But I appreciate you coming along. I appreciate those of you who are normal, decent human beings. And I look forward to doing this again tomorrow. But now it's time for you to rate the show. Rate the show out of 10, rate the show out of 10, rate the show out of 10. 10 out of 10 is a real winner. 1 out of 10 is a loser. A loser.
The 100% super awesome people that compare their quote with that mortgage guy Don. It's so easy to compare. You go to the website thatmortgageguydon.com.
Hillary Clinton is running for office in 2028. I did not see that anywhere. I did not. All right, folks, I gotta pee. I'll be back. Okay, folks. Sorry for the delay. I had to pee. 7 Ryans. That's fantastic. Rate the show 9 out of 10. You started angry. True. Look, I'm a passionate man. I'm a serious broadcaster. I want to create magic. I want every segment to go as well as it possibly can. Sometimes it doesn't. It's a high-pressure job. I'm not going to apologize for being mean. So, at least we end on a better note. Show gets a perfect 5 out of 7. Excellent. That was less than a minute? You think I would have made it? I think it's just the pressure of the time. Toilet mic was not on, Austin. But when I walked out there and I rounded the corner, I did scare the hell out of Courtney. She was just in the kitchen. She was like, ah! Did he wash his hands? Yes, of course I wash my hands. Look. Can you see? Can you see? Right there, in between my knuckles. See? Oh, I lost it. Hey, up here. Hey, I lost it. What do I do? What do I do? Who's our chatter of the day, everybody? Who is our chatter of the day? Why did you wash your hands? Is your penis that dirty? Yes. Quite filthy. It only takes 20 seconds to actually pee. I don't know. That went on for a while. Felt right. Eddie, I think you've been chatter of the day recently. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. They said she couldn't do it. They said it couldn't be done by her. They said, why even bother? But she did it anyway. Because she's powerful and strong and smart and the best chatter of the day. And her name is Erica from YouTube. Erica from YouTube. E-R-R-K from YouTube. You are chatter of the day. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 90 seconds and we're coming back. I can't believe it. I'm astonished. Keith says, I only have a week to live, make me chatter of the day? Wouldn't it be brutal if that was true? You really only had 1 week left to live, and I still wouldn't make you chatter of the day and you died? Wouldn't that be brutal? If you literally were going to die in 1 week, and I still refuse to make you chatter of the day. Today you missed. You missed. All right, let's wrap it up. Here we go.
Storm Prep.
BJ's Wholesale Club has always been proud to offer great prices every day.
Wow, every day? Like even tomorrow?
Exactly. Tomorrow is included in every day.
And the next day?
And the day after, and the day after, and the day after. That's great prices every day on everything at BJ's, including 3-pound rotisserie chickens, just $4.99. Land O'Lakes White American Cheese, $5.49 a pound. Plus great prices every day on everything in the club. Join at bjs.com/join for savings every day.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. And hang on. Oh, I have so many things I want to do. We have very little time here. Let's see. Let's get into a couple emails real quick on the way out. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. John says, hey, Sean, Ruth's daughter, that's the attempted assassin, the guy who tried to shoot Trump at the golf course, is bat-ass crazy. She's been giving interviews to Channel 25 in West Palm Beach during the whole trial. You could see it in her eyes. She believes that her dad is innocent. The entire trial was a joke and a waste of time. You guys rock, says John. Thank you. Josh says, yesterday you were talking about how crazy is the Phillies Karen's identity still has not been found by the internet, but you forgot one other person, the Korn concert masturbator. How was this pervert's identity avoided? That's a good point.
He got clocked.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. And a couple other ones we'll have to save for tomorrow. Real quick, I think there's an update on the FBI and their investigation. Let me see if I can bring that up.
Conference right now.
I only have one clip from this. I don't know if it's going to be interesting or not, but let's hear it right here.
Initially, I want to commend the cooperation of the Dallas Police Department, the Dallas County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, the ATF, ICE, and HSI for their...
She's going to go on for a while. Let me see if I can get the pull quotes. It says, it's clear from the notes left behind at the ICE gunman's home that he was targeting ICE agents. The tragic irony for his evil plot here is that it was a detainee who was killed and 2 others who were injured. He also hoped his actions would give ICE agents real terror in being gunned down. He did this to induce constant stress in their lives. He hoped his actions would terrorize ICE employees and interfere with their work, which he called human trafficking. So they're just talking about some notes that he left behind, updating things on the motive with this Fed's press conference. There we go. We're going to have to get out of here. Oh, the last one is Joseph says, greetings from Dallas. Can I make a suggestion? Instead of ending dispatches with wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop, how about we use, that's a whole lot of macaroni, or hamburger, help me. Also, I know about a month late on this, but how pissed was Pinkman when he wasn't there to report the Jennifer Lopez cricket on her face story Sabrina did on the next episode a while back? Unknown. I'm not sure how much damage done by that, but we shall see. Now we got to say goodbye. See you later, everybody. Let's do Today Learn.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learn.
It is Today I Learn for a Thursday, September 25th, 2025. Today I Learn this band.
Sly and the Family Stone.
Whoa.
Good song, too. Correct choice on this.
Wow.
Their best one.
Thank you.
I was like, what song should I play? I don't think I would have got this. 1970 was the year. Sly and the Family Stone canceled 26 of their 80 concerts, and numerous others started late. The band was chronically late, a la Lauryn Hill. They ended up playing at the Radio City Music Hall, and only 1/8 of the people showed up because they thought there wouldn't even be a show. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missing to the show, get the podcast on thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time, everybody.